Boom, boom. Mm, 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 mm. Can't. Yep. Do not disturb. That's what the thing was. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Finally, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The emulator does not work. So, well, I mean, it works, but still the demand. I cannot wait until I can get a new computer. I can relegate this thing to. Actually, you know what? Funnily enough, and I'm just thinking about this outside, like right now, is that I have my old Mac that I've converted to a Linux machine running my trading bots. I can shift this thing over into another Linux machine to run it because this hardware is going to be. Why am I saying this on? Why am I saying this out loud now? Sorry, it's my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. But yeah, so hopefully sometime soon. I think my vacuum cleaner just got stuck on something. Hold on. Okay, no. It's good. All right, so hopefully sometime soon. I don't know when. I'm just saying the word soon. I will get a new computer. I wanted to build one last time and didn't have the chance or the opportunity, or didn't take the time to. Let's be real. So I might build a new machine, and the debate is leave this machine the way it is and build a new machine as like a Linux machine that will run bots and stream, or switch this over to like a bots thing and then do. I don't know. We'll figure it out. This is something for me to figure out, not of any interest to anybody out there. So, anyway, what I will do now is I have been waiting, and I even, oops, burned some jade because of the weekly limit on the battle pass, which I could have waited 4 days to get it, but I'm tired of waiting on doing this video, which is Grimmjow Resurrection versus Grimmjow SR Plus. Now this is unfair. This is unfair in the sense of I was waiting for Grimmjow SR Plus to be B2. What's up, Argent? How you doing? Long time. Long time. Sounds like, oh, the Grimmjow versus Grimmjow. So what I've been waiting on is to have him B2. The reason that it, and this is kind of like, I don't know how familiar. Well, no, let's not do it. This is me kind of setting up Grimmjow SR Plus to win, if that makes sense. Because Grimmjow Pantera, he has no ascension. I'm not going to take him up any boundaries either. He stays at B0 for me. He is an SSR, but there is going to be an advantage to SR plus. Why did I just scoot right past him? Because on his B2, ignore 60% of the enemy's defense. I wanted that desperately because same thing on B4 Eisen. Similar. But it ignores 50% of defense. Now, the difference between an SSR doing that and an SR plus doing that, of course, is going to be huge. This is not turning SR plus into Eisen. However, if you're ignoring 60% of defense, you're probably going to hit pretty hard. Much harder than your B0 SSR counterpoint, or potentially so. I think it's putting them more on even playing grounds, even playing field. So I'm going to run two. What time is it? It's already 9. So we've already had our reset. I should know that. I just picked up Spirit Energy. Hey, way to start a stream. I have gotten my dupe of Soy Fawn. This one might be a little bit too reckless to say whether one's better or not. I have gotten my Ascension of Soy Fawn. She's B2 now. Let's put in SR plus Grimmjow and see if we can do any better with this setup. But I did do last night a lot. And I'm tempted. I want today to be a lazy day. Like, I want to do this, be done. I gotta go. My wine lady called me yesterday. And I say that only because saying that you have a wine lady makes you sound like you're doing something. You ain't really doing nothing. That woman has a billion clients. It's just that I had an order. She called me, so I have to leave the house to go pick that up. Yesterday, I was watching Fire Force and working on set stamps for Soy Fun, which has to be the nerdiest sentence in the history of sentences. I mean, if it's not, it's top 10. But yeah, that's what I was doing for a good couple hours, trying to figure out which ones were the best. Crit rate, crit damage versus alignment damage, and ultimate charge rate. Because there's an argument for there's several arguments that can be made. I was trying for it, and I found that part of the issue with it, at least when it comes to crit rate versus crit damage on Soy Fawn, in this event specifically, is the timing of the A, S, and double S things that give you multipliers on your damage. So if you hit crit rate, of course, if you stabilize it, get to like 60%, 70%, then you're less likely to miss those larger windows, which is what is going to give you much higher scores on this. However, crit damage might be better in scenarios where your damages are being multiplied by stuff like that. So and in fact, nope, I just figured out what I'm going to do today. So I have the 4 set stamps set up. I have 6-star alignment, ultimate charge rate, crit damage, crit rate. I ran those here to see what was the best score I could get. I'm gonna run those in the training mode to see which ones fit her best. It can't be perfect, but we're gonna try that, as opposed to what I was doing here, just trying to get the better score. Then I'm gonna try to compare Grimmjow SR Plus versus Resurrection Grimmjow Pantera, and see how that one goes. I think I genuinely don't know what to think. I know that you get a ton more crit damage from her core stamp or her weapon stamp, but there's like 300% multiplier on it, which would make you think, hey, at crit rate, if I'm hitting crit rate at 60, 70, 80%, whatever, I can't remember, I think it was 70%, then do that. However, the idea that, I went from having 129% crit damage, or 180% crit damage, to having 480. That sounds cool too. So let's see how all of that goes. I'm gonna run down it and see what happens next. But this event, which is what I spent most of the time doing yesterday, okay, that sounds like I spent literally 8 hours playing this game. Not true. Like, this was in the evening for like a couple hours. But this event is not just because of the timing of the crit. Grimmjow, I was just talking about how good you were going to be. Doesn't really lend itself to, just because of the timing windows of the multipliers for damage, just doesn't lend itself to testing on like as neutral a ground as can be. Ooh, Grimmjow SR Plus is not doing fantastic here either. That was the other part, and this is part of the research that I was doing for them both, is that I was trying to figure out which one is the better investment. We haven't been in S for a long time. And try to figure out their rotations. That was part of the reason why I wanted the emulator, was because now that I can play with the controller, the game is a different aspect of fun again. So now I was trying to figure out the rotations and stuff with Pantera and Soifon, and then with Grimmjow SR Plus and Soifon. I didn't get to SR Plus as much as I did with Grimmjow, and I'm trying to work on the thrust team as well. Pantera likes the in and out nature, which makes it seem like tagging in, out, tagging in, out, tagging in, out, which makes it seem as though, or which lends itself to how Soy Fan works. Going in, getting in the damage, putting out the death mark, or the homonka. I know I say that wrong every time. And then getting out. Switching up is a plus for Soy Fan. SR Plus likes to be out there longer and stack up his. They have the destruction marks, the death marks, his marks. He likes to be out there longer, supposedly. That's better for him, which makes him a little bit worse for the strike team if Soy Fan is your tactical, which, why would anybody else be your tactical? So, yeah, this did not go well at all for you, Grimmjow. Buddy. So, yeah, directly off the back of this, now that I realize what I want to do, directly off the back of this, we're going to go in to test Soy Fan. Come on now. We're not getting any better of a score. This is going to be like, what, 500,000? Oof a doof. 400. I overestimated it even. Oof. You did not cover yourself in glory, Grimmjow SR Plus. Not that time. You did not cover yourself in glory. That gave me the stinky poop face. I didn't. That's not okay. All right, so we're going to go to, and I'm going to try to do my best. Well, you know what? Instead of doing my best, I'm going to literally just try to screenshot all of it. This is all testing. And as a matter of fact, we'll start recording. Coming in 3, 2. Okay, so I've been saying this a lot with my videos because I'll come up with an idea, I'll start streaming and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. This is just a haphazard test. I have been doing my research on Soy Fan, and basically, I am trying to figure out what would be best to run on her given my setup. Is it going to be crit rate, crit damage, and then it's going to be alignment damage, or ultimate charge rate? So I'm going to go through those right now, do the testing, and figure out what works best for me. Let's get to the video. Hakeem, nope, the lag, nope, I did not fix it. I didn't. I was just talking about that a second ago. Which, hey, what's up? How you doing? Western Conference Finals, bro. I'm going to need Victor to be... I want the Spurs to win so bad. Damn it. Anyway, no, so this is back on the phone. I'm going to do the testing. I spent a good 4 or 5 hours. So much so that even my, like, extended monitor looks different because I had to update. I was updating drivers. I was removing stuff. I uninstalled a bunch. I did so much. And at the end of the day, it's like, you know what? I just need a Linux machine. Since my friend Delia was like, hey, do this thing on Linux. And I found out that Linux is basically just Windows without all the trash. I can't. Okay. Anyway, we'll see. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, if a few things break the right way, come on, Switzerland. If a few things break the right way, then I will build my new machine, have a new one in 2 weeks, and or 3-4 weeks. I want to build it too. That's the thing. It's almost over for the Spurs. No. I still believe. I'm still gonna believe. I want them to win so bad, and I'm gonna hold out faith. Okay, damn it. Victor, I need you to be. I've never liked a French person this much. Except you, Hakeem. You cool. Even though you like Luca over Wemby. You cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the video. Coming in 3, 2. Hi guys, I'm Gravy here. And this is a Bleach Soul Resonance video. In this video, we're gonna go into, and I realize now I didn't have some like pretty setup of like, hey, Soy Fan in the intro, this is what we're doing. Now it is literally me trying out crit rate, crit damage, and alignment. So I'm going to show you what I have under the hood, and then I'm going to go ahead and go into the actual testing. And then shout out to Hakeem. I'm going to have to say this. He says Game 6 at OKC, right? No, Game 6 is in San Antonio. Let's go Spurs. I'm a Lakers fan. But I also love Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell and Dylan Harper. I'm even liking De'Aaron Fox right now. I'm going to need Keldon Johnson. I'm going to need y'all to... I'm begging. Okay, here we go. begging. All right, so with my soy font, I've put out in my haphazard beginner's guide, which all my videos lately have been haphazard. Part of it was tactical over support, support over full assault, in order of how much investment you want to put into them. It is very clear in this game that tactical characters are the way to go when you're trying to get extra pulls, dupes, and things like that. So for me, the best characters in the game are Aizen 1, Nell 2, Soifon 3. They improve everybody. So basically, I was pursuing the boundaries for Soifon, so giving increase all skill masteries by 40%. And then on top of it, for the B1, reduces the cooldown of the ultimate by 10 seconds and increases ultimate energy charge rate by 100%. Increases Soifon's crit rate by 15%. Excuse me. Now, I'm giving you that because what I'm trying to do behind the stamps. And yesterday, yes, I said this before earlier to Argent, the nerdiest sentence in the history of sentences. I spent my evening watching Fire Force and working on my set stamps for Bleach Soul Resonance on Soifon. That has to be top 10 nerdiest sentences ever uttered in world life ever. Anyway, so basically, there is this debate between having crit rate on Soifon or having crit damage on Soifon. Now, I will go to my stats, and she does have currently the crit rate here, and let me see, I think I have alignment damage here. Here's where we get into the details. Alignment damage bonus is really, really good for Soifon, and it appears to be, at least to me, specifically if you're running my Yuri as your support. Because of the alignment damage boost that he gives, having another alignment damage bonus on your tactical character or Soifon in this situation seems as though that's just stacking on stacking on stacking, and that's really going to help. Now, the other part of it is this ultimate charge rate, where Soifon is bouncing in and out, switching up, and her ultimate is getting charged while she's on and off the field. Having an increased ultimate charge rate means that she's going to fire off a devastating ultimate more often than she would without it, obviously. So which one's going to be better? Now, I will say this. If to me, and I could be wrong, to me, if you're not running Mayuri in your team setup, then the ultimate charge rate, I think, would be better. But it's kind of hard to resist the idea of having that much alignment damage boost. Okay, now when you come back to it, crit damage for her, and I think there's going to be more in the stats that I need to look up or to show you. When I have her in the crit rate, right now her crit rate is at 40%. Okay, she does have on, I think it's her weapon stamp. Let me be 100% sure. So each time Soifon is switched in, she gains 1 stack of conviction. Each time the stack increases her crit rate by 10% for 25 seconds, stacking up to 3 times, increases the damage dealt by Sting by 25%. So we like that increased damage. And that part is just, we can just leave that there. But right here is the crit rate that I'm worried about. Now, if she switches in for 25 seconds, it stays up by 10%. I don't know if you're going to switch her in and out 3 times within 25 seconds. Some people might do. They might want that rotation. Okay, fine. I'm going to count this as maybe plus 10, maybe, definitely plus 10, maybe plus 20. Okay? So that's where I'm looking at on her weapon stamp. When I go to her core stamp, back overhaul, we have each time death, blah, 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 blah. Each time 1 point of death mark is consumed, Soifon gains 1 stack of intuition, increasing her technique damage by 5%. The effect stacks up to 10 times, and upon reaching 10 stacks, her ultimate also gains 300% crit damage, right? So there is a lot of damage, and if she's putting out her death mark, the death mark's getting consumed. It seems as though, or the plan is to try to get it there as fast as possible, as much as possible. Can you stack up that death mark 210 to get this 300% crit damage on her ultimate? When her ultimate lands a critical hit, it immediately triggers an extra sting equal to 1,500% of Soifon's attack. After her ultimate hits an enemy, all damage that the target takes afterward is increased by 20% for 30 seconds, increases ultimate damage by 60%. This would tell me, hey, hey, keep the crit rate up as high as possible. But also, having an ultimate that goes through often could be a big plus. Do you see where the conflict is coming in? So I can either increase the crit damage by 64%, or I can stick with the crit rate. Now, given what I've read and what I have been doing, you'll notice that I do have crit rate in here as the thing. I am keeping her crit rate up at 60%. And then if I'm taking from the weapon stamp, that it's going to be 70 to 80% based off of that, then I'm going to be critting a lot. However, then what? Do I do the alignment damage to try to take advantage of the debuffs that she's putting out? Or do I do the ultimate charge rate so that I can get around to that ultimate more often and perhaps benefit off that 300% crit damage or have more opportunities to grab that? So what we're going to do is we're going to go test this right away and see if we can come to any kind of conclusion. Now, proper testing coming from the data science nerd would mean that I should not just be doing this a one time for each. I should be doing this multiple times because probability, percentages, blah, blah, blah. But if I really wanted to do this, it'd have to be 100 times for each of the set stamp configurations, bro. So what I'm going to do, actually, let me go back very, very quickly. On the character herself, I'm going to go ahead and be sure that I note down what set stamp setup I have, which this is crit rate and alignment damage. Let's bring out the pen. Let's bring out the notebook, which that has the map on it for the maze that I did in 7 Deadly Sins Origins. By the way, running that love dungeon that many times, too many times. All right, so we're going to do crit rate plus alignment damage. And then we're going to go into training. Be right back. If you are able to get those stacks up from her weapon and core stamp, you will do some insane damage, 100%. But your rotation needs to be optimal. Also, the game actually recommends crit damage instead of crit rate. Yeah, that's the thing though. But those recommendations, I was doing the crit damage before, and then I did crit rate, and it did so much better. And those recommendations can depend upon how do I put it? I don't know what those recommendations are based off of. It feels like a general, this is what should happen for everyone. Or is it at B0, this is what we recommend you do? That, because then the kit opens up into something completely different. If I'm getting 300% crit damage off of those stacks and I can sub her in out faster, it just makes it smarter for me to do crit rate. Maybe, or maybe not. So, but if you have B1 Soy Fawn, you don't need ultimate charge rate for Soy Fawn. That's only for B0. Okay, we're going to take that into consideration. Spurs in 7. That's right, Seeking Righteousness. That's right. That is right. Spurs in 7. Let's go Spurs. I've never cheered for the Spurs like that. I used to hate the Spurs. Not hate. They were too boring to hate. Oh, no, I saw the boundary one. I literally just did that. I just went through our boundaries. Yeah, the ultimate charge rate by 100%. But you can add to 100% in this game. So if I'm charging it even more, if the ultimate charge rate, energy charge rate is up to 200%, that means it's going 200% faster. So it's double, it's twice the speed. Anyway, so let's go into, because by that same, well, no, never mind. The only thing I think that there's a hard cap limit on is like crit rate. You don't want crit rate up to 100% and then get like 40% because it's a 140% chance to crit. 100's fine. Is it overkill, Mr. Let's go get the pervy dude because we want to see those big old numbers? Now, it depends on the content that you're going to be fighting. That's the thing. Because if I'm trying to fight some of those enemies that they've been putting out lately. All right, anyway, so let's go ahead and get to the actual training to see what's best. Free basic training. Team presets. We put in Soy Fawn with this. All right, so back in the Tim Duncan days, the Spurs weren't liked at all. How times have changed. I don't think that they weren't liked. I think that people just felt like they were boring. It was a lot of just fundamentally sound, very good basketball. And it's like, yeah, this is amazing in terms of like the actual fundamentals and tactics and techniques of basketball, which is like, unless you're a basketball nerd, you want that on TV. I want to see somebody jump over somebody and dunk on them. Basically, I want to see somebody cross someone up and do a step back three. Those are highly, well, the dunking over somebody is the most efficient shot. But like a crossover step back three is one of the most inefficient shots in history, unless you're Steph Curry or Klay Thompson. And Klay Thompson didn't even really, Klay Thompson just shot. But like, it's also exciting to watch. But so you know what I'm saying? Like it's anyway. All right, here we go. Y'all got me cheesing. How times have changed. That's also because they got a bunch of dudes with dreads and Victor Wembanyama leading the way, and it's just kind of like they just, ugh. He did, but here's the thing: Wemby has been pitching his shot, so I'm trying not to curse. Oh my goodness. It's been fun. Whoever wins, okay, I want Spurs to win, but it's been fun to watch. This is the first time in a minute that I've like woken up and have been anxious to watch a game and have been like, who wins? I don't know. It's been a minute. Like this is a really, really, really good series. Even though the last three games game 3 and 4, they weren't like close competition. There were 2 games that were basically blowouts. And then 2 that were stupid close, and then 1 that was like, okay. And that was game 5. Game 5 was like, all right. Okay, anyway, it's been good basketball. All right, so here we go. So, 3, 2. For this experiment, I am going to stick with having Grimmjow Resurrection because he does benefit from switching in and out. Grimmjow SR Plus does like to be on the field a little bit longer, but I think I want to lean towards Soifon switching out as much as possible. What's up, Spike? Since I will be running this on auto. Now, part of the auto running is that I can't get the emulator to work on my PC well enough. That's one. Number 2, it removes the human element slightly, meaning on the first pass through this, I'll probably do great. And then the second pass, I'll do even better. The third pass, I might do worse. I might slip a finger, whatever. I'm human. I might make a mistake. So we're going to try to run it in auto to keep it as like, that's not the optimal run. The optimal run is to do it manually and to sub in certain things. But we want to try to keep it as like consistent as possible from that perspective of the rotations. And hopefully auto does that. If it doesn't, is it? Okay. Anyway, so let's get it started. And then I'm going to run this on 1.5 minutes, or let's say 2. And then I'll show the results. I'm not going to make you guys watch this entire battle. We're going to run it on 2 minutes. And I won't show you guys the entire battle because it's probably going to be boring. I'll show you guys the results. So I'll be right back. Sup, Spike? How you doing? I'm actually genuinely curious. Curiouser and curiouser. I also wish that there was some way to run this like 20 times in a row, but all within the same, you know what I mean? All within the same 2-minute period, but it is what it is. We shall see. Ouch. Ouch. All right, here we go. I already said like, all right, here we go. Like I was about to do something. I'm literally just watching and checking the stats. All good having a super late dinner or super early breakfast. However you want to look. It depends. Have you been to sleep yet? If you've already been to sleep, super early breakfast. If you haven't been to sleep yet, that's a super late dinner. That's the rule for me. That was one of those when I was younger going out in Switzerland, all that jazz. It was no. It's still Wednesday. Like, what do you mean? Well, I mean, it's like 3 a.m., but I haven't gone to sleep yet. It's still yesterday to me. When I go to sleep, even for 15 minutes and wake up at 3:15, all right, now it's Thursday. Oh, boy. So that would make me a time traveler, basically. I've not been to sleep yet. Yep, so it's dinner. Dim's the rules. I don't make the rules when I literally just said I make the rules. But dim's the rules. No sleep, no new day. That reminds me of this one time in college when we went out. We left Thursday and we didn't stop partying until Sunday. And there was a full, like, Friday we went out. It was like a beach party with like crawfish and stuff. And then we went out that night. And then we stayed out all night. Then we still went to another party that was like supposed to be like another beach party during the day. And it was like, by my logic, technically it was Saturday, but I was still on Thursday. Like it was, and now even thinking about staying up that late, never mind like drinking and partying, staying up that late, that hurts my spirit. I could not stay up. The amount of times I stayed up 2-3 days in a row with friends, even without drinking, just doing stuff. Driving to Cincinnati because we're going to go visit a friend. So we're staying up 2 nights. And it's like, now, I don't sleep like a lot in terms of like, I sleep for like 4, 5, 6 hours a night. But I'm going to need those hours. I can't stay up like that. I can't. I have the same thought process, the habits of being a night owl, 100%. 100%. You know, the first time I heard that phrase, night owl, was from my grandma. Spend the night at her house. She could tell early, like I was going to bed at 10. It wasn't like I was doing anything crazy, but she could already sense. She was like, she didn't say it, but I could, being older now, it was like she knew I was going to be a night owl. All right. And I will say this, I do love the fact that they do not allow for the animations and stuff to take away from the time. That's fantastic. However, at the same time, it makes these battles that you say are going to be 2 minutes last like 20. It's like the end of an NBA regulation game where it's like, last 2 minutes. All right. Last 2 minutes of an NBA game are the best 30 minutes in sports, right? What's up, face? So 38 seconds. And we're going to see what crit rate and alignment damage does to A. See, my phone does this lock screen after 3 minutes. That's hilarious. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is it still dark on my screen? A. All right, so coming back in 15. Oh, there it is. It's bright again. There it is. Woo! All right. So we're up to 245 million in 2 minutes. Hey, what was that? What are you doing? Oh, it was a late reaction. I see what it is. Phone link is a little bit delayed. It's a little bit behind. All right, so coming back in 3, 2. Okay, so we're coming to the end of crit rate alignment damage. This 2 minute battle took about 4 minutes, hence why my phone is a little bit delayed with the phone link and everything else. However, we're gonna write down what the damage was, including what Soifan's damage was. So overall damage so far, as we count down. Last second. Okay, cool. So overall damage was 265 million. 265.67. And then the damage overview, Soifan was cracking skulls and doing 165.67. Or excuse me, 165.78. Thank God it wasn't. Okay. Anyway, so with 23 seconds on the field, right? So that is what it looks like when it comes down to having crit rate and alignment damage, Mayuri being on the team. Next thing we're going to do is check it out when it's crit damage and alignment damage. Be right back. Everyone using SGA again in Dunk City Dynasty. 3 ranked games straight was up against Allen Iverson and SGA. Wait, what? Dunk City Dynasty. What's that? Okay, let me do this really fast. Let us get out of here, please. Stop. Leave. Yeah, that screen lock thing really put stuff behind, but that's okay. Okay, so now we're going to go to Soy Fun. We're going to do the crit damage. Stamp. All right. Yeah, that's all I needed to do. Just double checking my thought process. Training. Free battle. Same. So, CD plus AD. Three ranked games is straight up. NBA game on mobile, similar. Oh! Wait. No, I don't know that one. There was an NBA Live game like 10 years ago that I played on mobile. That was actually a ton of fun. It was a lot of fun. It's an NBA mobile game. I did not know that was a thing. The flopping thing is, I think it's overstated. It's there. Don't get it twisted. A lot of players do it. That's why it's just kind of like, even when he doesn't get his free throws, he still makes his shots. I think people who don't watch basketball rely on what they've heard others say and don't know how to watch the game. But anyway, plus here's the thing too. I will say this. It's not his fault if you want him to stop flopping like they did in games. I think it was games 2 and 3. I think they even did it in 1. Just don't call it. Just tell the referees, stop calling that. Stop calling when he falls down that it's a foul. Just like stop calling it when Luka does it. Stop calling it when Tatum does it. Stop calling it when... Anyway, it is what it is. There's reasons not to like Oklahoma City or to not like SGA. That's one of the ones I think are like... It's easy for people to grab onto because everybody says it. Anyway, but... I will say this. I'm going to need Victor Wembanyama to be like that dude. I need him to be that dude, for real. I really need him to be that dude. Because the idea of he flops every possession just, yeah, he falls to the ground all the time. And if it doesn't get called, I don't care. You can fall down all you want to. I'm just not. Here's the thing. A friend of mine does the same thing. I'm not going to get angry about it. I don't care because I look at basketball now, and that's what everybody does. They're going to just say it about the one who's called the best player. If it was... I mean, I said it before. If it's Luka, Trae Young, James Harden, like everybody flops. Anyway, it's just one of those. Like, name the player that doesn't end up on the ground and then doesn't get up doing this. Name the one. Anyway, no, I really want. Here's why. Okay, I like Victor Wembanyama. I like the Spurs. All that jazz. Here's the real reason why I want. Oh, Phone Link is not doing great when it comes to all this animation. Here's where I want them to go for it. Is that is crit damage low key trash? Is that the idea that Victor Wembanyama could be the villain of New York City is a NBA storyline that would last for a decade, and it would be amazing. It would be amazing. No, here's the thing. It's pretending a low blow in boxing. True, 100%. I blame the NBA. Face is right. They allow it. Just like how they make calls on certain players all the time. Examples, Draymond Green before he signed to the same agent as LeBron was signed to. I don't know if that's the reason, but you're right. Like, face is 100% right. If you are a competitor and within the rules of the game, without like trying to hurt people, that's the thing I don't like about OKC from time to time. If they are going to blow the whistle because you do this or because you go like this, then you're stupid to not take advantage of it. Ethical basketball and all that stuff, I wouldn't do it. I get it. I'm stupid that way because I would rather run into a person and put my shoulder in their chest and go to the basket than to like drop back. However, that's a pickup player's mentality, and that's why, and part of the reason why I don't give a damn about this whole flop thing. Playing pickup here, people emulate what they see in the NBA who have no skills. The ones who've actually played don't emulate NBA in that way. And what they end up doing is trying to rush to the basket. They get touched and they call a foul, and that's how you immediately know that person can't play. Because it's like, oh, so you just run and you think you're supposed to get a layup without your hand being touched because you see certain players exaggerate the contact and fall down. So you want to call foul in a pickup game. Okay, cool. You just lost the respect of everybody out here, but keep doing that stuff. And then eventually we will get the ball back and you will not be on this court anymore because you suck. You suck because you rely on fouls to get your thing. That's pickup rules. That person gets laughed off the court, basically. And they end up on a team where they win one game and then they lose the rest. NBA allows it. It is what it is. So if you are trying to get to an NBA championship and you don't utilize everything that's in your tool belt to like get there, including free throws. Like I hated James Harden in his quote unquote prime. I hated watching him play. I hated the free throws, all that crap, because he was the inventor of that ish. He was playing smart. If I can get 20 points from the free throw line and get your entire team in foul trouble, NBA fix it. It's not the player shop to fix it. The low blow in boxing, which is a good thing, Argent. Like I like that comparison, but the referee has to see that and be like, you faked a low blow. Okay, dock a point from him for this round or whatever. Like it has to be the referees that control it, because every other play, like you're gonna fall. NBA needs the new product to look good because today's product doesn't look good as the NBA and its That's not true. I'll say that it's not true because we're in the age of where people want offense and high numbers. The numbers can be too high, but 80s basketball, 90s basketball, late 80s, early 90s, that would not. Honestly, though, let me pause. It might sell now, given how in the U.S., given how popular the NFL is. It might. 80s basketball and early 90s wouldn't go necessarily because there's a higher risk of injury and stuff like that. But, oh no. Sorry. I'm looking at the damage overview right now because my phone link is. That's what I get for being distracted. It may go, that rough style of play may go now, but people like to see points. People like to see, the step back threes. People only complain about their, whatchamacallit. People only complain about the floppers when the flopper's not on their team. Notice how when I said that Luka is a flopper, Hakeem said nothing. That's because he's a Lakers fan. So am I, but I'm objective. So, like, you can call flopping out, but you're going to call it out on the person who's not on your team who's a champion or who's winning. Fans want their players to get the calls. They usually don't even say like, oh, well, stop calling for him. They start saying, start calling for our guy. start giving us that benefit. No, the entire 90s. Like if you went a little bit rougher, let the defense actually play defense, it would be a better, more competitive game. And I think they're trying to do that now. They're trying to course correct. They've done a few things, but yeah. Like Austin Reeves, for example, going up and talking to a ref after a game like, well, I said that you should give me a foul, and then you shouted at me. And so I'm going to come over here with my coach to talk to you about this. Why are you shouting at me, bruh? I'm a Lakers fan, and I was like, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, please, just... You went to go talk to the ref because you felt like he disrespected you because you were bitching about not getting a foul call, and he said, shut up and play. He was right. Shut up and play. We're getting our kicked and swept out of the playoffs, and you're over there concerned because he was mean and said mean words. And Austin Reeves used to be one of my favorite players, too. So weak. So damn weak. What have you done to deserve that kind of respect to where you can let me stop? What's the point of playing defense in today's game? Today's all you need is 4 guards on the outside and a forward to catch rebounds for them, basically. But I will say this though. I will say this, Face. These playoffs, they've let OKC get away with a little bit too much, but they have not been like blowing the whistle like that. The last game with Shea was like an exception. Before that, he had 7 free throw attempts and then 9. And people want to call it the foul merchant thing, but they didn't actually watch the game. They just know, oh, they won. He had, and then they just say that he's a foul merchant. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get this up. And the thing is I hate it because I'm a defensive player. When I hooped, that's what I did was defense. Or at least when I was on like teams and that's what I did. I love playing defense. Especially on guys who are not used to defense, which in Europe, at least in Switzerland, they're not used to defense. Oh my God, I'm going to get up close so you can't do a crossover dribble and knock it out your hand, and I'm going in the other direction, homie. Anyway. And 3, 2. Okay, so what it looks like based off of this, like just small sample, very small sample, is that the alignment damage does better with the crit rate. Meaning the more often I crit, the more damage I'm doing. The more critical damage I'm doing, as opposed to having the higher crit damage numbers and a lower crit rate. Now, what I did not do, and what I'm going to do right now, if my phone allows me to, is I'm going to go and show the stats for Soifon, so that way you can see where the crit damage or crit rate was. I didn't exactly show that before, so we're going to show it after the fact. And I'm doing that right now. But my phone link is not wanting to cooperate at the moment. So I think I'm going to have to close this and then bring it back. Can it refresh for me? You going to refresh for me? Nah. Let's go back. Okay. 3, 2. Okay, so right now, given what was happening, and it was trash. I admit it. So we're looking at 24% crit rate and 167% crit damage. Now, one of the things I did say before was trying to get the crit rate to a stable degree. Doing this, that means not max. Max, it would have been like 54%, given what the weapon state was saying. But I said I was going to make the assumption of 10 to 20%, so it would have been like 34 to 44% with crit damage set at 167. So to be fair, this is a massive drop off in crit rate, but there's other things that were baked into her kit that would allow for more crit damage. What's it? Okay, doesn't matter. I'm gonna let that ride for now because I don't want to go back and forth on the thing. But there were other things baked into her kit that were going to allow for that crit rate, right? There's gonna be another 15% there, 40, and then the 10 is gonna make it between 50 and 60, right? So in any case, that's how that looks with the crit rate versus crit damage. Now what I'm gonna do is have alignment damage versus ultimate charge rate. Be right back. Why is a noise coming from my phone now? I don't understand what's happening. The sound should be coming from here. All right, whatever, dog. Weird. That's why OKC gonna beat Spurs. OKC wastes no energy on defense and just shoot the ball. Oh, no. You're wrong about that. OKC spends a lot of time on defense. It's just that they play 90s defense when nobody else is allowed to play 90s defense because their defense is fouling. They hit and beat up players. That's what their defense is. So, no, they play defense. It's just, and they exert a lot of energy. Don't get that twisted. They play a lot of defense. But their defense is basically beating the hell out of other players. And the whole idea of, and there were teams that do this, where it is you're not going to call every single foul. You're not. So we're gonna just keep. We have so much depth that we're just gonna keep fouling you and fouling you and fouling you. Why is my screen not adjusting now? We're gonna keep fouling you and fouling you and fouling you because the referees aren't going to call every single foul, and we have enough depth to do that. Okay, there it is. This whole let me stop. This whole thing right here. Yeah, there's such a delay. It's a huge delay. Because I'm looking at Soifon's stuff right now, and I don't know why it's moving so slow. I do know why it's moving so slow. My internet has been on the fritz for the last week, I want to say. Okay, so alignment damage, ultimate charge rate, we already have that. So we're going to change this to crit, equip, and then we're going to change this to ultimate charge rate, equip. All right. So they have cannon fodder basically playing basketball. Yeah, basically. That's not me being mean. They play tough, very physical defense. I do feel as though they get to play a brand they get away with more fouls than other teams would be allowed to get away with on them. I do think there's a slightly skewed tendency for that, but if you look at the analytics, which nobody wants to hear that word lately, they basically get the same, like both teams end up with the same amount of fouls, free throws, other stuff. So there's kind of like a wash there. It's not a huge difference. It's not like they get 40 free throws and the other team gets 10. So there's that, but they do the cannon fodder thing of like, Lou Dort's going to get 2 fouls in the first quarter. Okay, we're going to switch up and put Isaiah Joe on you and let him get 2 fouls. Okay. And then they, you know what I mean? And they just do that. And then by the end of the game, it's like the referees are basically like, we cannot call all 75,000 fouls that you guys are committing because then the game would just be free throws. And it would break the rhythm and everything else. Like there are times where, if you're a real basketball player, when somebody fouls you, you're upset because you're in the middle of doing something. You're in the middle of a fast break, and it's not necessarily that you've stopped the fast break, it's that you've stopped our flow. We've had 1, 2, 3 baskets. We're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you foul us, and now it's slowing us down to a grinding halt, and we can't get out and get in the open. And I'm not looking for fouls. I don't want fouls in this moment. So anyway, it's how to muck up the game. All right, so coming back in 3, 2. Okay, so I'm showing you the stats now. I've changed the ultimate charge rate. So as you can see, the ultimate charge rate right now is at 159. My crit rate, because I'm using the crit rate stamp, is back up to 60% with crit damage back down to 96%. So now that we have that, which now think about it, this means that I'm basically tapping on 100% crit rate. We're going to go back to the training, which apparently is what's causing the issues with my phone being delayed, but I'm editing this so you won't be able to tell, hopefully. Otherwise, you're going to be like, damn, this video's fucked up. All right, here we go. Into the free practice training, we're keeping my Yuri in there, even though I know that there's more of an advantage for my Yuri under alignment damage bonus, I believe, but we'll see how that goes. We will see how that goes. So we're going to run this for 2 minutes, and we'll be right back. This is going to be the old man talking, but I do want more defense in my basketball. There we go. I need to start doing it here instead of up there because it's just not working. All right. Just bring back Jordan rules for everyone, but have a lot of injuries, but it's fair. Here's a great way for your league to die is to have your top four of your top five players injured because people have been clotheslining them in the paint. Oh, you mean that Victor Wembanyama's out for the year because somebody slipped a cag under his legs and pushed him to the ground, and so yeah, they got a flagrant 2, but now he's out for the season because he landed on his hip. That's gonna increase viewership. Anthony Edwards is out because somebody decided to throw an elbow into his nose and now he can't play. Yeah, that's great for your league. You know what I want to watch? More Dante DiVincenzo. And I do like Dante DiVincenzo, but I'm trying to watch Ant Edwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love DiVincenzo. I think he's a great player. I hate the fact that he's not on the Knicks right now as they go to the finals. But you know what? You know who I'm trying to see? Ant Edwards. Dosunmu was nice. Ant Edwards. Julius Randle. Well, nobody wants to see Julius Randle. I think that's why he's so upset on the court. His wife is like, go to work. And work is like, go home. All you do is pout all day, dog. Just leave us alone. Jeez. Go start a podcast and complain about your life, you millionaire. Like, just get out of here. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm so mean to him. I shouldn't be that mean. We all got issues. Oh, Lord. They're going to trade his ass so fast. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is, oof, well, I'm wondering if, no, the issue can't be my PC because I literally don't even have Chrome open right now. I think a lot of this animation and stuff, like the frame rates and everything that I'm having to deal with, I think that might be it. What's up, Lionel? It has been a minute. It has been. Are you still on DC Worlds Collide? It has been a minute. I have changed my streaming times, to be fair. I changed them to later in the day because I'm trying to give myself, while I look for my new job, I'm trying to give myself a more work structured routine. So I'm actually doing something during working hours. Whereas before it was doing the stream before working hours. But yeah. Every NBA Hall of Famer's goal, get divorced with a Colombian. What? Oh, Lord. Wait, did he just get Oh, you're playing Bleach. Okay. Sorry. I didn't know if you were actually on Bleach or not. That's my fault. That's my fault. I do love me some Bleach. I love the control. I really. Wow. Am I back, guys? Can you see me? Can you hear me? My internet just fell off completely. Ugh. That's nice. It's always fun. Always what you want to have to happen in the middle of a stream. And my backup phone bug. No, it wasn't just a phone. I looked over and I was like, oh, my entire stream dropped. One, I think my phone has been having problems with my Wi-Fi and my data, any kind of internet stuff. So I think I need to reset my phone in some way. Number two, my internet connection here has been a problem the last, I want to say 2-3 weeks. I don't know what it's been. But computer, phone, everything. I'm back. Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for sticking with me through this mess. Oh, that had me. Okay. Deep breath. Okay, so back to I quit the game, bro. Bleach. Bleach is. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I'm trying to figure out how to fix the computer, and maybe I just need to do a full clean, get all this extra crap off. I've tried to do it patches here and there. Yeah, you back. The screen struggling heavy with the animations though. It is. And I think it's because of the Wi-Fi connection. So it is what it is. That's why I'm not really recording it for the video. Well, it looks like I am. But we'll see. Everything is slow motion. I know, right? It's from a Hype Williams music video. This is a John Woo movie. Everything is slow motion. It's he's such a great director. All he does is put everything in slow motion. Birds flying, slow motion. Motorcycle in the air, slow motion. Sorry, that's a 90s joke. You guys probably don't know John Woo. That's for sure a '90s joke on a director. I am sorry, my brain goes all over the place. It is really, really slow motion though. It is juvenile slow motion for me. All right, so here's the thing. Crit rate, and I can give it to you now because the phone link is like, nah, homie, but my phone is like, we finished. Okay, so for ultimate charge rate, this is stupid. This is stupid. This is dumb. For ultimate charge rate, I think that's better than alignment damage. So the research that I was looking into yesterday or the day before, no, it was yesterday, that said that ultimate charge rate over alignment damage, I was right. POV, trying to play Bleach Soul Resonance on a Nokia. No, my BlackBerry said it can support the game. Sorry. More 90s stuff for people who are in their 20s. Well, 2 seconds left on that, and then we can get to it. Because this is stupid. This is a stupid difference. It shows how dumb I was yesterday. That's all it does. This just shows how dumb I was yesterday. Coming back in 3, 2. So my phone decided to go juvenile style and do slow motion for me. In any case, here's the thing that's ridiculous. Yesterday I was doing my research, and I just proved to myself that I wasted hours because when you do research and you do testing, but you do it in an improper environment, then a lot of your work, a lot of that testing, irrelevant. Crit rate plus ultimate charge rate. 336 million in damage versus the alignment damage being with crit rate, which would have been 265. Now, why do I bring up testing in the wrong environment? There is a game mode in the game right now. If I can get there without having to worry too much about my phone taking an eternity. But, excuse me, 3, 2, 1. There is a game mode here, Las Noches Siege, where when you go into Act 1, you are basically trying to get up to, B, A, S level, double S, whatever. That is where I was testing my strike team yesterday because I was trying to get a high score, and I was like, hey, test there and get a high and get the score. Try to figure out where you're going. Then I realized, like the slow dummy that I am, in that environment, your damage is being multiplied based upon where you are in that little rating system. Like the stats are changing. Having a sterile environment where you can just test out the mechanics of that team is going to be for the best. So however long I spent yesterday, I don't want to admit to myself how much time I spent on that because that I think is just going to hurt my heart. Check out the slow motion. Why are you doing juvenile for me? Anyway, I feel as though I shouldn't admit that because I'm gonna feel really bad about myself about how much of my life I wasted doing that. But there was the improper place to test. So I ended up with false information. The research that I had done said that ultimate charge rate was going to be better than alignment damage on Soifon. Testing it came up with the alignment damage being higher. However, I tested it in this game mode and I did not test it in the free training where I should have. So alignment damage clearly outrates it when the crit rate is the same and everything else by a good 70 million. So now, finally, at the end, I'm going to try the ultimate charge rate with the crit damage and see which one comes out on top. I'll be right back. All right. So I'm reading again 1 second. Let me go ahead and do this real fast because of how my phone is acting and behaving. My Wi-Fi is clearly not doing what it's supposed to do. I'm dropping frames and everything. And I think, all right, whatever, dog. Let me stop hypothesizing and just do. So give me a second, guys. I'm gonna actually do it this way. So that way it can be slightly faster and already caught up to it. Forgive. Oh, nope. Character. Soy font, stamp. Crit damage equipped. All right. So we go back. What? Battle, training, free battle practice, start. Okay. Let's get it back up. Okay. POV trying to play. Yeah, exactly. Cause strike team number one. I think the thrust team is still better. And then I'm going to be biased towards the. See how slow it is? It's that. I think it's my Wi-Fi and the phone link combination. You guys can't tell because you can't see what's going on. You guys can't tell at all. Man, it's moving slow. Bleach just does not want me to be great. I'm trying to show off your game, guys. No, this is my Wi-Fi. This is 100% my Wi-Fi issue. I think because phone link goes over Wi-Fi as well, so it is what it is. So let's go ahead and do this real fast. Cool. All right, so now Spirit and Thrust have better teams. It's just Pantera is the best DPS. Is he? Because I heard people complaining about him as a DPS. I think he's a good DPS under the right situation with Soifan. Can't wait to see how Slash is with White. I'm so hyped. I'm curious about how that's going to go, but that's going to be next Friday. Yeah, I'm ready to retire him as well. Wait, well, what? Byakuya is B4, and it feels like he isn't even there. Yeah, but I don't know that that whole retirement thing you're looking forward to. I don't know that White Ichigo is going to be the reason why. Byakuya is going to get retired. I'm actually curious about what character they're going to try to rerun with White Ichigo, and I think it might be Nell. Thrust team is easier to play, but I do have more damage when playing the strike team manually. No, here's a question. Okay. And this, I'm asking like straight up. I keep hearing Thrust team is easier to play. But, oh my god, it's only just now getting to that. This thing is delayed by a full-on over 30 seconds. What the actual... Alright, anyway. I keep hearing that the Thrust team is harder to play. My Wi-Fi is going wonky. Ugh. Is there something else attached to my Wi-Fi right now that I need to check? Anyway. I keep hearing that... the Thrust team is easier to play than the strike team. And I'm not even being funny. Can y'all tell me why? Because basically when I started doing the controller setup and running the controller setup, I found the strike team to be pretty easy once I figured out the rotation of like when I'm doing the technique, special attack, sub out, Pantera, sub, Soifan, and Pantera back and forth, mixing in my Yuri a little bit for the poisons. And then when I went to Thrust, I found it actually more difficult. Where it was, well, my Yuri's out there first, then Geen, then I'm putting in Nell, doing the damage, and then go back to my Yuri, Geen, Nell, my Yuri, Geen. You know what I mean? Like, do I have the rotation of Thrust incorrect? Is that the problem? Oh yeah, so we're doing, oh no. We're doing right now crit damage plus ultimate charge rate. So it seems as though even with my Yuri, it's funny, even with my Yuri, you have more of a benefit from ultimate charge rate than you do with alignment damage. That's funny. Because with Thrust, all you do is press button and Geen charges up his technique. Gives him iframes. So Geen is pretty much invincible the whole fight. Okay. So I try to use Grimm's ult when he has full pressure with the 5 diamonds, yeah. That's what I do, is like I'll go in and then once I get like the first, I think it's, forgive me, basic technique, then go back to the basic a few times, sub him out, put in Soy Fawn, run her basic and technique, special if you got it, then sub Grimmjow back in. Oh no, it is 4 diamonds. Sorry, I thought it was 5. Then sub him back out. Then once I see that he has the 5 diamonds, then I run his ultimate. No. Then I run his technique, which is gonna go twice because it's gonna be the enhanced technique on the back of that. Then I run his ultimate, if I'm not mistaken. Your Grim is B1. My Grim is B0. I'm not. That was something. Oh yeah, you might not have checked it out. Like the videos I'm doing now and the other stuff is very much that I'm no longer going to intentionally or like, unless it's a character I love. I'm not doing anything beyond B0 for new damage dealers. I'm gonna focus so heavily on tactical. Like I'm begging them to give us another nail run. Go ahead, knock yourself out. That's who I'm going for. I'll pull my 1 white Ichigo, and if it is Nell, I don't know for sure, but if it is Nell, my resources go into Nell. I'll get the 1 white Ichigo. He's gonna do great. He's gonna be the great damage dealer, just like Pantera is over Gin, just like Gin was over Toshihiro. That's fine. We know what the business is. We know what's about to happen, but like the tactical characters are way too valuable. Way too valuable. My Gin, maybe B1, but I think B0. I'll check whenever we get done with this. I'm about to be done with this video anyway. Damage overview that I have a minute and a half ahead of. Okay. Crit damage, ultimate charge rate. That was 234. We really don't want crit damage on Soy Fawn. Okay, million. And then 26 seconds. And then that's going to be 117. That was her worst performance. All right, okay. So, my Soy Fawn is B2. So is mine. I got her B2 day before yesterday. Woot woot. And my Yuri is B2, so I see the damage difference. My Nell is B3, Gin B1, so that could be a factor in my damage as well, potentially. Pantera B1 over Gin B1, yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's not startling to me because I put it in that beginner's guide that I did, which is the damage dealers that come out are always going to be better than the previous ones. That's their goal because, like the NBA, fans that don't know, they like seeing big numbers. They want to see that damage. Oh, he does so much damage. He does so much damage. And it's like, well, maybe you don't even realize that like Nell is setting him up to do that. Or that Soy Fawn is setting him up to do that, to perform that. You know what I mean? So yeah, Gin is not going to be good as Pantera. And then Pantera is not going to be good as White Ichigo. The next damages are going to always go up. But the utility of Aizen has not changed. The utility of Nell has not changed. And even if you think Soy Fawn is better, which I think is false, but even whichever one you think is better, their utility in terms of how good they are, that hasn't. So, and then also like special shout out. Why would I say special shout out? Also another thing straight to my Yuri thing. He's support. And that's why I said support over, not why, but that's another thing, support over damage. His alignment, mastery, boost, or whatever, however you want to phrase it, is huge. That's why he runs with the strike team. That is why he runs with the strike team. Kitsuke / the fact that he gives 60% added attack to everybody. That's why he's still relevant now. And you can't, you name the damage dealer that came out with the original SSRs. That's good. I'll wait. So you can't put Ichigo Bankai on a team. You can't put Byakuya on a team right now, and that's Byakuya might be the exception that proves the rule. And Kenpachi, he's okay, but like Kitsuke, he's still really good. 6 months in, and he was one of the first to be put out. Still really good. All right, so it seems clear. Crit rate, ultimate charge rate. for Soy Fon, for me. But I do find it harder to play strike perfectly than thrust. Like I said, timing my Yuri in my strike rotation is my issue. That's why. Okay, that Lionel is, yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that 100%. Trying to figure out when I'm going to toss my Yuri in there to get to re-up on our debuffs or that alignment damage thing. You are 100% correct. That is difficult. I hear you on that one. Tactics are the best to put boundaries in out of all the types in this game. Every limited tactic that came out needs B1 to feel complete and keep a good rotation. I agree, but I disagree slightly with the last part. Because I think even at B0, like if you go on 40 and you're just unfortunate and you get B0, I would still take a B0 Aizen, Nail, or Soy Fon over any of the B0 damage dealers, including Pantera. If everything is B0, like everybody's B0, then I'm still going Aizen, Nell, Soy Fon, and then everybody else. So we're almost done here. And actually, I think I'm going to try this one more again because now we are done with the... it might be that I need to change the chart, the frame rate of this thing. That might be it. Okay, so nah. Hey, you. Don't do this. Thank you. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. Face, you're misunderstanding me. You're misunderstanding me. I agree. Like as they get their boundaries, they get better and better and better. I'm saying that all things being equal, I'm gonna take B0 Aizen over B0 Gin or over B0 Pantera. You're right. It gets much smoother and much better. I'm not disagreeing with that part. I'm just saying like versus the damage dealers versus the full assault, whatever the hell you want to call them. Like I'm taking the tactical. If everybody's B0, I'm taking the tactical B0. That's what I meant. Okay, so coming back in 3, 2. Okay, so it seems clear to me that one, my testing was really flawed yesterday. 2, if I have Soy Fon, my B2 Soy Fon, you guys have seen the stats. In fact, I'll go back on the stats, but crit damage and ultimate charge rate performed the absolute worst. So crit rate and ultimate charge rate seem to be the things I want to run on my Soy Fon with the way I have her built. Now, everybody in the comment section, go for it, knock it out. Tell me like the things, the little tips and everything else where maybe I'm missing. There's other stat categories, that advanced stats that are making slight differences in the background. The reason why I'm going to say slight and emphasize on the slight is that even if you say that there are slight differences, the amount better that crit rate and ultimate charge rate is over the other options I use is massive. It's a really, really, really big difference. If it was only a difference of like 1 or 2 million between all of them, or 10 million, let's say, between all of them, okay, it might come out in the wash. But it is 70 million better. I keep looking at it to be sure I'm doing my math right. It is over 70 million better than the second best. So for me, that is pretty strong evidence that I need to be running crit rate and ultimate charge rate on my Soy Fon. So thank you guys for watching. You know what? Let me go and show her stats on this real quick. Just for those who are going to want to murder me and say like, hey man, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. I'm going to destroy your comment section. All I will say is when you destroy my comment section, please, 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 yo, guys, we need to have a pause button during these animations so I can leave these animations. Be respectful. I've already had to ban some people. Be like, no, I don't want you to comment anymore because you're being completely disrespectful. And the worst thing about YouTube is that when I block you guys or ban you guys, YouTube doesn't tell you. It just hides your comments from me and from all the other users. So you comment and you think you're still commenting and that you're being ignored. But in actuality, nobody actually sees it. So I think that's worse, shouting into the abyss without knowing that you're doing it. However, don't make me put you in the abyss. Don't make me put you in the abyss. Be respectful. Disagree all you want to. Be respectful. Respect, as King Julian would say. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and show these stats just so you guys who do disagree can disagree heavy. All right. So ultimate charge rate is here. Crit damage is up to 183. That crit rate is really low though. That's really low crit rate. All things being equal, the overall conclusion I would say is, in the end of the day, I'm going to try to get this crit rate up to like 60%. Okay. And then keep my crit damage between 150 and 200%. If I can manage to get those stamps, I'm going to do it. But given where I am right now, I'm putting my crit rate and my ultimate charge rate as the higher priorities on her stamps, and that's what I'm running with. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'll see you guys next time. So let's go ahead and stop that recording. Doof. Maybe I should put this over here, because maybe the frame rate is making a difference in the performance of phone link. Let's see if that helps. If this helps, then I'll keep it over here. If it helps smooth out things, then I can use my OBS on this side. That's fine. That is absolutely okay. All right. So, where am I going next? Although I think I do like this. Maybe I do like this setup a little bit more. Maybe that is okay. Who knows? Let me check the one transition. Oh, nine. Das Knitzi. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so that's a little bit better. Transition back. Oh, so that was fun. Now Pantera versus I'm checking my phone to see how well it's keeping the animations up. And it is still delayed. Still delayed. That did not help at all. Like, it's responding on my phone. It's just not showing it. Need Soy Fon's new skin now. Oh, there's a new skin? I haven't seen the new skin. What's the new skin? Where is that at? This is not, it actually feels like it's gotten worse since I moved it over here. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord have mercy. Let's put you back over here then. Okay. I have not seen, I think I heard about the new skin not too long ago, but I have not seen it at all yet. This is also proving to me that I think I'm gonna have to do what I do with Seven Deadly Sins, which is like record the action and then play the videos, because this ain't working. This is not working, and it's never been this bad before. But I think my Wi-Fi is just like, no, screw you today, guy. Okay, so it was gonna be Grimmjow Soifon. It's not out yet. It's just her without her captain's robe. But I mean, you've seen it before, no? Because I haven't even seen anything. Let's see, where are we going? We were going to go to Grimmjow versus Grimmjow. I did put our ultimate charge rate back on, right? I got so distracted with all this nonsense that's happening with this setup that I forgot. Nope, crit damage was still there. Let's go ahead and do this crit rate. Equip. Soifon's 1,000-year war, 1,000-year blood war skin on Bankai Rukia. So Bankai Rukia, rumors might be true. Huh. But then Bankai Rukia would be tactical? I guess she would have to be, because the other Rukia was tactical as well. She's just SR. They were introducing some Thousand Year War stuff anyway. Um, that's fine. Sorry, talking about this. I want to go back to the training grounds to do that stuff for what is his name? Grimmjow. I wanted to go back to do that, but I'm afraid of how much is the slow motion bothering everyone, because I'm tempted to do it and then just show the results like I did before. However, I know when I go into training, it's going to slow everything down. Where's the settings for phone, whatever? Maybe there's some way for me to slow down change the settings so that it's not so demanding. I don't think so, because this is one of the worst applications Windows has ever created, and that's saying something. Nope. Features. Only other thing I can think of is that something's draining my internet, but I don't know what it could be. Because all I have right now is my phone. Everything else in my room, in my house, is turned off in terms of like Wi-Fi stuff. Don't bother me, but I can see the unappeal. Yeah. It bothers the hell out of me, and I'm the one in control of this. It is obnoxious. I did not check for, and this is my dumbass fault, because then it would be one less, but it's fine. So here's what we're gonna do: is we're gonna still try to run it, and I'm gonna do similar to what I did before, and then talk to you guys about the NBA or an anime series or whatever, and then we'll get back to the numbers and see what it looks like. Okay, so what I do need to do, which is kind of okay actually with the phone. I was just about to say it was okay, and then it does this. All right, we're gonna compare the Grimmjows. The Grimmjows are gonna be under comparison right now, and as a matter of fact, smart money is on me doing it with my finger here, and then letting it get displayed later. So, coming in 3, 2. Okay, so here we go. Shout out to my stream, man. My guys on the stream, they awesome. They're awesome. I'm having some technical difficulties, but they rock with me. They roll with me. So this start of this video is shout out to my weebles in the stream. Y'all make this fun for me. I love doing it. I get nothing from the stream in terms of money. I think I got like 17 cents last month from doing the stream, but I do it because I like hanging out with the guys. Anyway, so what we're about to do is, I made a decision a couple months ago about not going after Creepy Dude, going after Grimmjow SR Plus, right? Now we have Grimmjow Pantera, Res Grimmjow, Grimmjow Resurrection, whatever you want to call him, he's in the game. He does seem to be a better paying with Soy Fawn than Grimmjow SR Plus, because he likes to switch in and out, in and out. Cool. So that seems to give them a pretty good synergy. However, I do believe that Grimmjow SR Plus can be a very, very solid addition to the team, if not better in some scenarios than Grimmjow Res. This is my bias. I know it's my bias. Now, one thing I did today was I went ahead and completed the battle pass so that I would have my Grimmjow SR Plus up to level B0. My Grimmjow SSR, my Grimmjow Pantera, is only B0. Grimmjow SR Plus, B2. Sorry, I meant to say B2. That's not going to be exactly fair versus this Grimmjow, right? Is it or is it not? We're about to compare the two and see who's better. Am I rigging the deck a little bit? I don't know. Let's get to the video. Watching them bring another Mystic Frontline event for her skin. Wait, which Mystic Frontline was that one where you had to go find the damn thing and beat it that way? Was that what that one was? Because that one I did not like. I'm not participating this time, but that BS event was annoying. That if it's that one where you're having to go try to find some random, I didn't do any. All I did was just waited for somebody to find it, and then I went and attacked it. And even then, I was like, I don't feel like doing this. That was a crappy event. If they had a trading system where you can exchange badges you don't want for the ones that you need, it would be better. Having to hope someone gives you the correct badge is devious. I didn't even know that was part of it. I got annoyed out of that whole event so fast that I just. Oh wait, the Mystic Front Line one was not that one where you had to search. The Mystic Front Line one was when you had that one boss and then you had to find like a team matching up or whatever, go fight it, and it was different co-op campaigns. Is that the one? Because I liked that one at first, but I was ignoring everything to do with the badges. Oh, I didn't even know Geen had a skin as a part of it. I don't think I did the event. Not seriously. I think I probably did it, touched base on it, and then kept it pushing. Yeah, okay, it was that one. I didn't have much of a problem with that one. But then again, at the same time, I was not going for the skins. I was not going for the badges. I was not paying attention to any of that stuff. I just like the gameplay aspect of like not being able to use the same characters over again. I like that part of it. But to be fair, I wasn't in pursuit of that stuff. So maybe I would have been upset. I got Geen skin, but I'm not doing it again. I survived the first War Kids. It's the next generation's turn. Yeah, skin. They got the Geen skin and the exclusive title for the event. Oh, okay. It's fine. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what skin it was that I missed out on. But Geen is not one of the characters I like anyway, so I'm not. I'm not pressed. I do like Soy Fun though. I got a skin, but I had to ask for the last badge. Shaking my head, it was a 4-star badge at that. Funnily enough, I had no idea. If you guys had asked, I probably would have been like, yeah, sure. I had no clue. I had no clue that that was a thing. All right, so coming back in 3, 2. Hi, guys. I'm Gravity here. And this is a Bleach Soul Resonance video. In this video, I finally get to compare Grimmjow Pantera versus Grimmjow SR Plus. Now, I was intentionally waiting on SR Plus to be B2. The decision I made those few weeks ago to go hard into SR Plus and not pause to go. There's another way I can say it. To go hard to go get SR Plus and ignore Creepy Dude because I thought SR Plus would probably be better for me and my style of play. Plus, I liked him more. That's what it really was. Be better for me and my style of play? No. I just liked SR Plus more because I like that character more. Creepy Dude, stay away from me. We're about to see if it bears fruit. Core stamp is up to 5, I believe, Ascension 5. He is B2. My Pantera, B0. I won't be pulling any dupes for him. I know, but it's part of my hard fast rule now with Bleach, which is I only pull dupes for tactical characters, maybe for support, not for damage dealers. Just at the next damage dealer is always going to be the best one. So what am I chasing after that for? The tacticals, stay good. That being said, I'm going to give you a peek under the hood for him. So he is B0, as I said before. If this wants to respond. If this wants to respond, then we'll know. Oh, boy. Is there something else on my PC that's taking up stuff? You know, oh, wow. Yeah, you can be exited. You can be quit. 100%. Maybe those things will help things out. Anything else? I guess that's it. I didn't even realize those things were running. Google Drive. And it shouldn't have caused any problems, but might as well take it away. It wasn't work. That was lottery. All right. So what else is running in the background? Google Play Services is running in the background. Why? See, it's stuff like this. Why are you running in the background, huh? Why are you running in the background, Google Play Services? Am I Google playing? No. Why is Google Drive taking up? I just closed you. Why are you there? Y'all keep staying connected. Get away. Get away. All right, maybe that helps things out. I'm trying to see if the drop frames over here get better. Cannot wait to change this to a Linux machine. All right, OBS is taking up stuff. That's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this back up and running. And then we can get this back up. Okay, in transition. All right. 3, 2. Okay, let's see. So as I said before, Grimmjow, SSR, Pantera, whatever you want to call him, has no ascension. If we go to his stats, just to give you a peek, crit rate is at 65%, which I think is pretty good. Crit damage is at 160. I want that to be 200, of course, but I think these are decent stats for my B0 Grimmjow. We won't go into his weapon stamp and everything else for him specifically. I can just share that his weapon stamp is at Ascension Stage 1 and that his core stamp is going to be at level 4. I tried to pull to get it for level 5 today, just in preparation for this video, but I wasn't able to grab it. Shocking. Shocking. Anyway, now let's go on to Grimmjow SR+. Funnily enough, I forgot that I did this. I'm running the Kenpachi stamps on SR+, and I have not actually taken this one 6-star. I do have enhanced crit rate and alignment damage here. And then on this other one, I'm running ultimate charge rate, alignment damage, ultimate charge rate, middle crit rate, and then, yeah. I'm tempted to work on this piece to make him slightly better because his strike damage bonus is down. The reason I was running this is that it increases base attack by 20%, increases crit damage by 50%, and then cleave we're not even looking at, right? I was running this, for example, what he's designed for. Increase strike mastery by 10%. After inflicting lacerate, points to an enemy, triggering lacerate attacks for 18% and crit damage 60%. Now lacerate is heavy in SSR plus or SSR Grimmjow's kit. It was theorized that increasing the charge rate and increasing the base attack. Oh, this is the core stamp, sorry. Increasing the base attack and increasing crit damage would be better for SR+. I've been doing a lot of work with set stamps lately, on soy funds particularly. And this right here has me I might take this up to 6-star just because the previous, oh, this is the wrong thing. Oh man, I'm talking myself through this right now where I might do it. Stats. So right now his crit rate is at 67%. His crit damage is at 65%. So he's not going to be even critting as much as, or not have as much crit damage as much as SSR. All right, Argent, you have a good one. Take her. The advantage I thought I was giving to Grimmjow. Are we there? Is it? This crit rate being there? Is that, are we really, we have a stable crit rate, but not a lot of crit damage. So is this the advantage that I thought it was? I don't know. What I will do in order to like balance out the testing is that on this strike damage, I am going to go ahead and ascend this. This is not a good piece for this, so you guys know, but I'm doing it for the sake of getting that strike damage up higher, okay? So do as I say, not as I do. Don't do this, what I'm doing right now. Right now, I am being a bit extra, okay? So we're going to go ahead and level this up, and then we're going to go into training and see what happens. That's right, that's right. And someone did just remind me as well. And thank you for the reminder. I am getting I keep forgetting they don't add those stats, and I am getting 50% crit damage from this stamp in particular, which is not something that is happening with Pantera. He's not getting that benefit from those stamps. Man, he's up to 51,000. He's over 9,000. Okay, here we go. And then here, his crit rate is now at 65%, plus that 50, as I was reminded, puts it up at 115 right now, thereabouts. And then crit rate, super stable at 71%. All right, so, and then the ultimate charge rate is at 218%. All right, so we're going to go with this. I'm checking Pantera stats one more time. We're going to go with this into training. Ooh, not you. And see how that works. Yeah, the crit damage is still higher. The ultimate charge rate is 109%. All right, okay, here we go. We're going to see who's better right now running. Oh, actually, so I'm all over the place. One thing that is a big difference in this whole boundary thing is that on SR Plus, when you go to the boundary, because I have him B2, and B2 is what I was looking for. Shout out to that song. That's what I'm looking for. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, if you guys can name the artist who sang that song, female rapper, there's your only hint. You win. Okay, so the ultimate Gran Rey Cero and enhanced basic attacks, form of destruction, ignore defense by 60% of the enemy, or ignores 60% of the enemy's defense. That's huge. Aizen has something similar where he ignores 50%. However, he's an SSR, so huge. But ignoring 60% of the enemy's defense on those attacks is absolutely massive. And the technique can be released one additional time. After Grimmjow releases the ultimate and enters a form of destruction, hey, you want the ultimate charge rate? Switching him to the back line will stop ultimate energy from draining. Each point of spiritual pressure reserve doubles Grimmjow's strike damage bonus. 2 people from the chat put it in. Oh my god, I can't believe you guys actually knew the name. So 90s. All right, here we go. Sorry, that put me in a good mood, like I wasn't already in one. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go into the training. We're gonna run them on the same team. We're gonna see who performs better. So as we enter here, we'll start with Resurrection. Let's see what happens. Be right back. That is so, y'all, both of y'all win. I'm sure it was just a typing difference. Both of y'all win. Being able to call out the brat. I had that album. So deaf. Oh, I wonder if my phone wasn't hooked up right now, I would go check for that album and see if I could put it on. Okay, so Pantera. Me on top. I really don't even know if this is like a fair comparison. Okay, so I found new stamps for Bichiko, just in case Sanketsu buffs him into the meta again. That's a good point. 80s baby for sure. 80s baby for sure. Ugh. 90s was a good decade. It was. 90s, early aughts. I would say late 90s though. And I mean, I know that's me. You're a 2000s. Why? You were born in the 2000s. That just hurts my spirit. Oh my god, that just hurts my spirit. When I was talking to my friend, who was it, Alessia? And she was like, oh, she's about to turn 25. And she was like, it was me and Antonio, and we were talking, and she was like, I was born in 2001. And we were like, you don't stop saying that kind of stuff around us. Can you stop it? Stop it. It's not cute. It's not cute at all. Can you stop saying that kind of stuff around us? Anyway. Man, they really moving in slow motion. They got to make both Ichigo sync. Do they? Because it feels like they want one to replace the other, no? I don't know that they're going to go with that storyline of them sinking and being able to do whatever. I don't like fighting with Kenpachi. Well, they didn't make him strong enough. They didn't do what they were supposed to do with Kenpachi. But musically, my pocket of music was, in terms of like what I liked, right there at 94. When did Ready to Die come out? 93? Right? Bone Thugs and Harmony, East 1999. Like right in that pocket, that's where it started. Then you had what? Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, classic. It's Dark and Hell is Hot, classic. I would like New York rap a lot too, but I was still getting down with like Aquemini, AT Aliens, like mid 90s up until about mid aughts. Man, that was juvenile, huh? Oh, yes, I'm saying time doesn't move during the animations. Plus, slow motion is just insane. What I'm gonna do is it's gonna do this thing, and I'm just gonna keep resetting it just to get the video stuff out there, and then be done with it. Because I'm gonna have to end the stream pretty soon anyway. Because my Wi-Fi is legit like struggling right now. I don't know why. I think I have to reset the entire modem, just like clean the whole thing up. If all he does is let Bichigo keep his mask on, that might be enough. Unfortunately, Bichigo's buffs are locked behind his ult. Big character design flaw. I mean, not a design flaw if you have, I think they wanted you to use a bunch of ultimate charge rate. I think that's where the goal was. I haven't done anything with Ichigo in a minute. If you load him up with ultimate charge rate, it should be, I mean, better. I'm not going to turn him into a god, but it should be better. What do you like? A whole lot of... Okay. Now I got to get the Bratz album. That was like back in the day when it was saving up my money. Had my after school job. Come through and it's like, oh, you know what I'm finna do? I'm about to get Linkin Park, The Brat, whatever is the latest DMX album, Outkast, Stankonia. That's what I'm about to do. That's what we finna do. Jay-Z volumes 1 through 3, even though the only really, really good one was volume 2. Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, Ready to Die, Life After Death. Anyway. Wait, what was Biggie's? Born Again. That one. How dare I forget that one? All right, here we go. How dare I forget Born Again? Because I'm ready to die. Said I'm ready to... Okay. Or am I going to listen to Big? Am I going to listen to... Is today a Biggie day? Am I going to be listening to Ready to Die all day today? METHOD, man. Okay, anyway. Today might end up being a Biggie Smalls day. All right, so coming back in 3, 2. So since my phone has decided to go juvenile on me when it comes to this, right now checking the damage that is put out by Pantera is 116 million. And he's on the field for 82 seconds, right? So this is with that ultimate charge rate being up and crit rate. I say that to the stream more than to you guys because this is going to be 2 different videos if I even release this video, because part of me is thinking like this is not exactly fair on multiple levels. Like there's so many inconsistencies that can happen within the kits and the set stamps and everything else with the way that I have them built that basically I'm trying to prove myself right on something. But I'm not entirely positive that is going to be the most scientific approach in terms of figuring out what data what matters or who is better. But it's gonna be fun to find out. Maybe this is more along the lines of like just proving to myself that I make the right decision. If Pantera SR Plus can hang, and was the investment worth it at the end of the day? Skipping Creepy Dude, pulling him up. I've done everything I can for him. Core stamp, Ascension level 5. He's B2 now. It was easier to get a hold of him and easier to build him. So was that worth it, or should I have just waited, gotten Pantera, and then got Creepy Dude? I don't know what would tell me whether it was worth it or not, if I'm being 100% honest. If I see like insane numbers where he's keeping up with Pantera, I feel it. Not that he has to beat him, but if he's keeping up with him, let's say he has 100 million, I feel like to me, that's going to mean that it was worth that investment of what I did. So let's see. We'll be right back. All right. Yeah, the CDs, bro, had her album Rough Rider. So, oh, I forgot Rough Riders Volume 1. I forgot Eve. Eve had her first album was amazing. The second one was good, but the first one, especially that song, the last song, dog. Used to be able to order CDs from a magazine app. My mom got me all the ones I want. We didn't have, I'm gonna get you every CD that you wanted type money from my family. You know what I mean? Like that was, I have a after school job, and it was either I'm gonna get that CD as a used CD from Hastings back in the day when people would like sell their CDs back to stores, and you would go and be like, oh, somebody sold back Stankonia. The album just came out a week ago. Oh, actually, that's how I got Stankonia. And we're not gonna judge people based on certain things. However, the guy bought the album Stankonia, and honestly, he was a cool dude. He was a little bit too, I'm a hippie in a frat, coming from a guy who was in high school at the time. He bought Stankonia and was like, I don't want this. Do you want this? And I can't even, I think I traded something for it. I can't even remember what I traded. But I traded a burned CD of Ghetto Fabulous, which I love because I love Fabulous. He wanted that, and I got the bought copy of Stankonia. And I was like, I feel like I'm tricking you, but I'm 17, I think. 16, 17. It's like, I'm the young one. You want to give me it's a burned CD, and I would have just given it to you for free. I'm just gonna go make myself another one at my friend's house, but I'll take Stankonia. Bombs over back. And that was one of those like, I don't know if you know what good music is, homie, but I do. Yoink. Mine now. And the thing is he had good taste in music and everything. He did. I'm not gonna I'm trying not to judge, but or say certain things because it's just gonna be like stereotypical. But no, like his taste in music, he was the one who got me into listening to Jimi Hendrix and stuff. Where it was like, oh, this is just and then I was listening, I was like, oh wait, no, this is legit. Like he had good taste in music. For some reason, he did not vibe with Stankonia, and I'm trying not to hit the table. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out why. For the life of me, I was like, dog. I mean, is it a Quemini? No. But is it, I'm going to give it to you for a burn CD? Also, no. Okay. A burn CD from a friend. I would have considered him a friend. Were we like kicking it? No, because I was in high school, he was in college. But he was a good dude. I would say he was a friend. If he had asked me just to give him a burned copy, I would have. Like, just bring me the blank CD and we'll do it at my friend's house. Because back in the day, not everybody had a CD burner. What's up, Gumame? Sorry, I don't know why that caught me for a second. What's up? How you doing? We are having some technical difficulties that makes it look like John Woo is directing Soul Bleach Resonance right now. However, what we are doing is trying to prove whether or not I was right or wrong in getting... Whoa. in sticking with Grimmjow SR Plus over Creepy Dude, which this is a complete false equivocation and incorrect in every single way. But this is just to reassure myself. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna say that in a second because it's ending right now. But yes, Lionel, yes, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to have an old school day today. I think I'm gonna be like lately. I've been listening to. I started re-listening, and I don't even know if it should count as a re-listen because the album just came out like less than a year ago. I was re-listening to Jid, God Does Like Ugly, and Summer Walker, her latest album, which is amazing. That album is so good. Um, Maybe I do need to go ahead and put in Reasonable Doubt and Ready to Die and All Eyes on Me. Maybe that needs to be put in the rotation for today, as opposed to like Vito and Tank, which I was listening to those songs for a very specific reason. Shout out to the homegirl. Anyway, so that's what we're doing right now. I'm testing bass Grimmjow B2. And you're about to see the numbers for it. Here comes the grand reveal. All right, in this video, I have to admit, as we're getting to it, I haven't even looked at it yet. I'm biased. Okay, This is a false equivocation. This is completely me leaning on one side because I like the base Grimmjow. I like Grimmjow SR Plus. That was a character design. I wanted to be SSR. That's what I wanted. So I am biased. I am biased. I'm saying all this without knowing what the damage overview is. And if it's something like 60 million, I'm going to be so hurt. I'm going to be so hurt. So anyway, so this is bias. I'm comparing the two. Hakeem has already given a spoiler alert. I'm comparing the two. All right. If Grimmjow is reasonably within that range, I thought it would be cool. And he's not. He's not. He is wait, is it going down here? He had 84 million while being on the field for 85 seconds. Right? So, with all those advantages that I gave to him, he did not outdamage Pantera. Damn. And I didn't want him to outdamage. I said reasonably within range. Like if he was at 100 million, that would be cool. That would be cool. So I will take I won't say the L because I'm still happy. I still would not change because I do like Pantera the most. Or not Pantera. I do like this Grimmjow the most. The base level Grimmjow. Oh. Okay, cool. All right, sorry. So coming back, 3, 2. I will not say that I regret it because I do like this Grimmjow more. I do like this Grimmjow more, especially more than that creepy dude. Pantera, cool, just because I like Pantera overall. I'm disappointed. I am very disappointed. I wanted him to be so much better, and I'm still determined to make him better than what he's destined to be. I'm going to waste so many resources. But this goes to like me loving this character in the game and wishing they had done him better, but they didn't. They did. Pantera, I mean, he is a SSR. Boo. I mean, B to A face. Can we not? Okay. My stream is teasing me now. I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve it. Tease me. I still love my I still love my Grimmjow, my base Grimmjow. I still love him. But I deserve all the rocks and the arrows thrown my way. That's fine. That's fine. I'm stubborn enough to be like, I still love him though. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike, I'm okay with that as well. I'll see you guys next time. I'm about to get abused by my stream. They're about to just eat me alive. Damn it. Okay, so all right, so I will say, let me get this back up now. I'm done with the videos for the most part. One sec. Sorry guys. The tech situation is so frustrating. All right. So no. Here's the thing. It was a false equivocation from the beginning. I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised that that base Grimmjow, while ignoring 60% of defense, still did not. I'm not saying beat him, but come close. Like the B2 Grimmjow versus the B0, and maybe this is the other part of, and I'm gonna try to do it here first, so that way we can leave, and then I can kind of keep it together because it's very clear. Doing the animations versus the frame rate and everything else is part of the problem. Um, but it's surprising to me that with similar stats, and I need to probably do my research as to what's going on in the background to make this difference such a large difference. But it still surprises me that with similar stats, I mean, he does have a bunch more crit damage. It still has a lot more crit damage, but I don't know if he has 160% crit damage, and I think that Grimmjow SR Plus has like 60 or something like that. Yeah, he has 65 with 71% crit rate. If I can get more crit damage on him, cool. But he's ignoring 60% of defense. I feel like, no lie, I feel like that balances things. You know what I'm saying? Like, not balances it 1-to-1, but if I have 65% crit damage and the crit rates are like 60, 71, they basically, he has better. So let's say that's a wash, right? They're both stable. We'll call it stable. If I got 65% crit damage, but I ignore 60% of the enemy's defense, isn't that even, and I'm asking, I should probably figure out how to do the math on this. I'm asking, isn't that better than having 160% crit damage? Because you're doing more damage, clearly, by 100%, but I'm ignoring your defense, which makes it seem like I would rather ignore defense than to have higher crit damage. Or am I crazy? Like, I feel like am I crazy for saying that? Still a good free unit, enough to clear. Yeah, no, 100%. He's still really, really good. I feel like the B2 is too overhyped. I haven't heard. This is where, Hakeem, you're gonna know more than me because I don't read or follow other content too much for Bleach Soul Resonance. I don't know if there's people that were hyping him or if it was just me because I was just really happy about it. I don't check for others like that, just because now I'm creating content for 2 games. So. Anyway, and I probably should do better at following others' content. But it was surprising. Very surprising. Now, let me check the set stamp stuff real quick. Not to mention, he does have that added bonus of the 50% crit damage from Kenpachi. Kenpachi stamps. Now I'm curious about this other thing, and this is just me being extra. I know that this is not something that they could reasonably do for everyone. I'm curious if I put, yeah, see, it's back to lagging now. If I put Kenpachi's, if I put Kenpachi stamps on Pantera, what happens? Or if I put Pantera stamps on base Grimmjow, what happens? I mean, I have it written down. So theoretically, I could run Pantera with the Kenpachi stamps and then run base with the Pantera stamps. Oh no, 100%. Pantera is gonna like this whole evaluation. That's why I think That's why I was waiting for the B2 thing, because it was the ignored defense that I thought was gonna put them on equal footing. Pantera, if I had him B2 versus the base B2, that wouldn't be close. Wouldn't be close. It will probably end the same way. No. You're not. No. I'm not. This isn't even about a comparison between those two. I'm trying to figure out which stamps are better for each one. Does that make sense? We've given the victory to Pantera. Like, that's fine. There, I don't think that switching those stamps is going to make up for 30 million, 32 million in damage. I don't think so. However, it was said that run Kenpachi stamps on Pantera, crit damage, all that extra stuff. What if I put these stamps, or no, I'm sorry, run the Kenpachi stamps on base? What if I put these stamps that I have on base, which I think are pretty good stamps? What if I put these on Pantera? Is Pantera going to perform better than the stamps I have on him now? Is base, someone told me to put the Kenpachi stamps on him. Is base going to run better with Pantera stamps or Kenpachi stamps? You know what I'm saying? You probably need B4 at least for base Grimmjow to be on equal footing. I don't even know if that'll be enough. What is his B4? And plus, now I don't know how we get duplicates of Grimmjow, because where do we pull him from? Yeah, this is just adding 2 levels to the skills. And then increase the damage dealt by Grimmjow's ultimate blah 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 by 50%. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, so what I's about to do is, what's the best way for me to be able to do this without like losing track of stuff? That's what I was about to say before, is that if I like do this, do I lose track of what I have? And I don't think so, because I believe these are the only level 30. I do have other level 30 Kenpachi stamps though, but that's slash. Let's see, ready to go? Yeah, slash. Yeah, that's all. That's not even developed. None of that's developed. So I can remove this off of SR plus. Will it let me? Oh yeah, he's right here. All right, so I'm moving this off of SR plus. I'll equip that from him. Okay, this makes it so much easier. Thank God. Put this on him. Yeah, the other 30 is on Kenpachi. Okay, so equip this on him. And then over here, that one. Equip this on there. I don't know. I probably should go for alignment damage over... I think I should go for alignment damage over ultimate charge rate. Right? Someone help me with that one. As Pantera, you get dupes of Grimmjow in the battle pass. Yeah, no. That's where I got the dupe from. That's where I got the dupe from. I finished level 60 today on the battle pass, and that's why he's B2. You also get weapon dupes if you bought the battle. Yeah. So he had the weapon dupe already, and he had and he was at B2 because I bought the battle pass. I'm tempted. Let me just check his stats real quick. It's okay. I can reestablish the filter. Stats. I'm guessing they recommend alignment damage because he does have lacerate, and that does give an added. They say crit rate, crit damage, and attack. You're wrong. So let's see. I think I would rather have alignment damage because he has that lacerate on him, right? So I will take that off of Kenpachi. Put it back on him later, whatever. Filter. Nope. There we go. Ready to go. And then I'm taking this off of Kenpachi and putting the one with all the alignment damage on Grimmjow. So Pantera. Ready to go stamps. And they are from SR Plus and Kenny. Okay. Now let's go back to his stats. Let's see what that looked like. So now his crit rate is 94%. That is absolutely insane. But I thought there was something into. Well, let's see. Because it doesn't recommend ultimate charge rate either. It might say attack instead. Alignment damage bonus is 183. I mean, he better be doing good alignment. But I would think that you would rather have the alignment damage over the ultimate charge rate. That was the question. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so I'm going to run this for Pantera. Let's see how that goes. I'm starting to get hungry. It's about lunchtime. So I'm going to do a couple more of these, given the terrible delay that I have. I think I'm going to have to just reset my entire modem. I don't know what to do right now. But it has been like this for a couple of days, and this is just the peak of terrible right now. So let's do that and see how it goes. Question is base Grimmjow going to have a higher ceiling than Yadoichi? I would say, I was going to say yes too fast to that question. Oh. I could run that too. Let's see which set stamps are better for base. And then we'll run Yadoichi versus base. Well, we don't have to even do Yadoichi versus base. We can just do Yadoichi as is. And then run that. I guess my stamps on her are pretty good. I think I redid her stamps when she had that little boost when Soy Fun came out. But no, not a bad question at all. Because I'm not running Yadoichi at all. Because of the Mayuri replacement thingamabobber. As a matter of fact, how far are we over here now? Oh, because I'm an idiot, it hasn't started yet. So what I'm going to do is running this. I'm going to make a cup of mud real quick. I'll be right back. My Yuri doing a slow motion walk. Unintentionally. There we go. So now, where are we at here? I believe that was only 3 minutes. So 33 seconds left. Whereas up there it says 108. All right. So I don't even know where the damage is right now. Ooh, at 7 point. Whoa. Whoa. So in that 40 seconds, there's a massive jump in damage. Okay, that's one plus to the delay. Is that I'm seeing like the difference in like the damage right now. Right now it says like 7 million there. Now with 20 seconds left, it's at 271 million. Like, what is really going on? So with the ready to go stamps, here we go. Again, not all things being equal, but we trying. We're testing it. What's up, Big Sweet? How you doing, buddy? You like the slow motion Pantera jump? Like straight out of an action movie. All right, so 5, 4, 3, 2. So it has to be a big difference in order for me to say like, hey, it's definitively better. If it's just a little bit of it. Yo, we are up. Yo, wait, what? All right, okay, all right, all right. Okay, all right. I got to ask you guys this question. Is this significant enough? That's the question. Is this significant enough? If with his own stamps, he went up to, see, that's how I know it's not doing stuff the right way. If with his own stamps, he went up, he went from 116 million with his own stamps to 138 million in 79 seconds. So less time on the field. Is 20 million a significant damage increase? Is 20 million a significant damage increase? I asked that like earnestly. I'm not sure. It feels like 20 million is that border of like what is like 22 million. 22 million. Is that significant enough to be like, okay, now you get to keep these Kenpachi stamps and we're not going to let you have your own? Is that what we're looking for? It's what I'm looking for. Is that... Okay. So now we're going to put the Pantera stamps on Grimmjow. It seems like we already have the answer, quite honestly. Now we're going to put the Pantera stamps on Grimmjow. And this also makes me upset because I spent, and Hakeem would know this, because I even like kind of lashed out at him because being so frustrated from trying to get the right kinds of Grimmjow stamps on Pantera. If it ends up being that Kenny stamps are better on Pantera anyway, we might have to fight. We're going to go with crit rate because, you know, that thing. And then we're going to do ultimate charge rate because, wait, whoa. Yeah, that's right. Ultimate charge rate. I was confusing myself because... not Midnight Spectre, Becoming the King. I had attack on that one for Pantera. All right. We already know what the business is here. This is going to be worse, I think. I genuinely believe this is going to be worse. But we will see how it goes. And so now we have base. with Grim stamps. This one is with RTG, ready to go stamps. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And here we stop it. You know what that you got? Know what you guys should do? Let us set the stats, the conditions of the battle before you just start the battle. To be honest, only argument I had with you last time was base Grimmjow versus Pantera about the Kenny stamps, bro. Wait. No, that's what I meant, where you were like, it needs to be attack percentage, and I was like, yeah, I know I'm trying, but I can't get them. Remember? And I was upset because it was like, yeah, I know those are better, but I can't force the damn thing to give me the stamps that I want. I can't force it. I think that was it. Albeit now, I'm wondering if that whole thing of having attack on the third piece is still good, and if it shouldn't be alignment. Maybe his lacerate doesn't do enough damage and it needs to be boosted, because it's not a bad mechanic, as far as I understand it. So maybe that boost helps it out. Anyway, we shall see when it comes to base Grimmjow. I think it's going to be worse. I think what's going to end up happening is that it needs to be Kenny stamps on both. And I'll leave these Kenny stamps on Pantera for now and try to find some others. I have a ton of them. And try to find some others to fit Pantera at the moment. I think that's the plan. Boy, oh boy. How much time do we have left over here? So that's whoa. Is that more? That's not right. I'm looking at something wrong. I must be looking at something wrong. Because that would be ridiculous. So we got, in real life, 55 seconds left. And then we're going to try Yadoichi, having given base Grimmjow both ready to go stamps and Grimmjow stamps. I think my Yadoichi is not... I need to check her set stamps. She was, but I think I improved them a little bit once Soy Farm came out. But I don't know how good they are in comparison to the other two. You know what I mean? So 34 seconds left. Let me see. At 156 million. Let's see. Okay. I mean, there's just big number differences at a certain point. And it does lend itself to the idea that Grimmjow likes to be on the field longer, and that increases the damage. But I thought like increased damage over time, increased amount of damage over time was more of a nail thrust team thing, not a strike team thing. But it is what it is. Seeing as how like this is a full minute behind. It is what it is. Four, three, two. Last second, and ooh, 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 so much worse. The Grimmjow stamps, as you cannot see because I haven't put it on the screen yet, so much worse. What are we doing here? So he's doing 63.8 million with the Grimmjow stamps versus the 84.04, and he's on the field 83 seconds, so a little bit less time. So that's a 25% drop off. And part of me does not know if it's the fact that the Pantera stamp, I'm using attack instead of like alignment damage. Because when it came to Pantera, and I'm just going to do this on my phone. When it came to Pantera, or not well, yeah, let's go to base. With base, stamp, this one is attack. Previously, he had alignment damage. Should I just ignore that whole general convention of, hey, you want alignment, you want attack there, and go with alignment? Because it seems as though that might. Soy Fun is carrying hard with base Grimmjow. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing about tactical. That's not even like weird for her to do. Crit damage. We like to see that. That's not even weird for her to do, though. It's for her to carry them like that. Alignment damage. We like that. Oh, HP. We don't like that. Flat HP. The out of my face. Star up. Yeah, I know. I'm wasting it. Who cares? Supposed to be having fun, right? Okay. So I'm going to put this over here on the king, which is the alignment damage boost over the attack boost. We're going to equip that and see if that makes a difference. Then Yaruichi. So that's the base Grimmjow stat with attack percent. If we give a comparison for the two, the alignment damage actually ends up being a lot more, but they had some on there. Crit rate is going to drop by 11%. Crit damage is going to stay the same. So the crit rate is going to drop off to about... I mean, it's still stable. It's still stable. Just as an added note, though, 74% crit versus if it is alignment damage, it's going to be 63.8% crit. Right? That's about it. So now we're going to try to run this. Be sure I'm not losing my mind. Alignment damage bonuses are all in play. Let's see what this training looks like. Just to keep things a little bit more even. And if there's still like this 20 million difference, then it's so clear to me that the Kenny stamps are better for either one of the Grimmjow than the Grimmjow stamps. So let's see what it does. Now let's go and get you down to 2 minutos. There we go. And let's see. I don't know. I'm having fun doing this. I don't know why. Even with all the technical stuff that's irritating the hell out of me, I'm still enjoying this like kind of research side of things. writing down all of my inaccurate empirical notes like it really matters. Like I'm really out here testing in a lab and there's not like 1,000 other variables that I'm not accounting for. Anyway, it's fun. Didn't you just do that twice? Is what it is. So if, in my head, if the Ready to Go stamps still outperform the Grimmjow stamps, then I'm just gonna move all. I'm gonna take the Kenny stamps and put them on my base Grimmjow as well. If the Grimmjow stamps outperform the base, then that means that I'm gonna switch up and stop using attack in that as that third piece and start using alignment damage. That's the play. And then I even consider doing the Grimmjow stamps with alignment damage on Pantera instead of using that attack like I was doing before. That would be the play. And I think that alignment damage does matter when my Yudi's on the field or my Yudi's on the team. But we'll see. We shall see. Wow, he's moving so slow. Well, at least you know that for each frame they got some like actual stuff going on. I guess that's a plus. I will say this, it looks like the alignment damage is already higher on this. Or not the alignment damage, but the overall damage is already higher on this, having substituted the attack for alignment damage. Should have stuck with alignment. Boo, should have stuck with alignment. Pantera is going to be a monster when the strike support releases. Yeah, but who is that and when is that going to be? Because they're talking about White Ichigo now. That's 3 weeks. And then, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't there another like spirit support that was supposed to be coming out first? And this I do not know. This is me guessing. But that's what I thought I had heard. I thought that was going to be the case. Oh, excuse me. It really is when you get into the battles and stuff and all the animations slow down on the frame, on the things there, that you really get this big gap. Because now there is a 1 minute difference between what's on my phone and what's on that screen. That's funny as hell. So curious. So curious. Come on now. Tell me what it is. Nah, creepy dude is this. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. I write him off. He's not even in my head. That's my fault, bro. 100% my fault. I completely forgot he existed, which was the goal. I completely forgot he existed. We're about to find out. Let me find out. Let me see. Probably like August, a strike support will come. Here's hoping. But as it stands right now, my Yodi's doing a fantastic job. So there we go. So the damage. Ooh. The damage from Grimmjow running the alignment damage on the stamps for base is actually 62.36 while on the field for 81 seconds. Basically the same. Alignment damage or attack did not matter per se. There's less crit rate, obviously. But like with less crit rate and less time on the field, it is slightly less damage. So maybe it could be better, but how much better really? I don't think that much better. So it's almost like it's a wash. So the actual best stamps for both Grimmjows is Kenny. All right, let me make a video of that real quick, and then I'm gonna call it a stream so that we don't have to deal with all these, so I don't have to keep dealing with these technical difficulties, and I'm gonna try to figure out some way to fix my setup. All right. Let me just add this to the very end. All right, so coming in 3, 2, a shocking revelation that made me come back. I don't know if I'm putting this at the beginning of the video or the end of the video, but I had to hop in real quick and say what I found out. So we kept on like experimenting with the different Grimmjows, and the next experiment that I did was set stamps, and there was this theory. I call it a theory. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to say rumor, but this theory of if you put down ready to go on Grimmjow, base Grimmjow, then that is going to be better for you than having Grimmjow's. I will be doing that next week. That would be better than Grimmjow having his own stamps, becoming the king. So the ready to go set stamps are the set stamps for Kenpachi. And I think I showed in the video previously that I had them on Grimmjow base. What I've done now is I've taken those stamps that I had on base Grimmjow, SR plus Grimmjow, and I put those in Pantera, and then I took the ones that were on Pantera and I put those on Grimmjow, on base Grimmjow. So I've just switched their set stamps. Reading the numbers doesn't make that big of a difference, honestly. Like, I mean, it does, but I'm not gonna sit here and read numbers to you. But Pantera, with the ready to go stamps, it increased his damage from 116 million to 138 million. Now, to be fair as well, on the set stamps from ready to go, for the third piece, I was using alignment damage instead of attack percentage. On the Grimmjow set stamps, I was using attack percentage, right? So that also knocks you down further the path to say like, okay, so then it's attack percentage versus alignment versus attack. Does that make the difference? According to base Grimmjow, not really. I went ahead and upgraded one of the set stamps from ready to go, or from the Grimmjow, from Grimmjow set stamps becoming the king. I had attack percentage and I had alignment damage. Those two things, both of them were level 30, 6 stars. And I put them on base Grimmjow. The amount of difference in damage that was done was quite literally less than 500,000, with one of them being on the field 2 seconds more. There was a 10% difference in crit damage, so take that as you wish. But over 60% crit damage for either 1 to 63, 1 to 74 means that you have stable crit rate. So to me, it seems as though this last little bit of advice, or maybe it's the very beginning, maybe it's the first bit of advice, you want to have ready to go stamps on either Pantera, because that is going to give you the best damage output. I would love to try this with the other damage dealers, and maybe I will eventually get to that. For now, what I'm trying to figure out is a question that was asked by Gumame not too long ago. Actually, probably was too long ago because I've been talking for a minute. Is SR plus Grimmjow better than Yaruichi? So that's a question I'm going to get to now. But in any case, that won't be in this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, and subscribe and dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, that was fun. I think that part of it salvaged that video because I was tempted not to put it out. All right, so let's check the set stamps on Yadoichi real quick. They're all at like 25 though, and I don't want to take them to level 30. This is strike, defense. Oh god, this was some bad rolls. Well, no. She doesn't put out any kind of debuff, does she? Middle piece, crit ray, crit. Yeah. I don't know that I can do this. I don't know that I'll run it, but I don't think it's going to be fair to her. Now, I will say she does have like level 5 on her core stamp and then on her weapon stamp. I don't know where that is. Oh, it's only Ascension Stage 1? What? I thought it was higher than that. What? Skills I don't think I have maxed out. Well, the counter I don't. What? Okay, so we can go with her in there in place of Grimmjow SR+. We have enough stats on him. So all we need to do is just replace him with Yadoichi, and I need to get the ready to go stamps on him because we figured it out. They are better. Start. That's wild. Do they even test the signature stamps they release? How does Kenny stamps do better than Grimmjow signature stamps? Doesn't make sense. I mean, and I'm not even joking. This could be something wrong in the way that I'm testing it and trying things out. It really, really, really could be. However, I mean, you guys saw me go through my process, of how I was evaluating this stuff. And you saw the stats, and it's not like there was some kind of like wild difference in the other stats. It's like, oh, 5% more crit rate here, 10% more crit rate there, 5% more crit. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't account for millions in damage difference. If it was like, yeah, one of them has 180% crit damage and the other has 90, sure. But when it came to those pieces, that wasn't the case. Except for the fact that Kenpachi gives you an extra 50% crit damage, which I'm sure contributes. And is also why I was like, you know what, it'd be kind of cool if I could run Kenpachi stamps on Gin as well. Who's the other damage dealer other than Kenpachi? Toshihiro? Should I have those on them because they're damage dealers, so maybe it's better? Yeah, I do need... I keep saying I need to get back to NTE, and I do. I just have to sit down and actually do it. What I'm going to do now is I need to give myself some lunch. I'm going to get up, go get my my order from in the city. I don't feel like going all the way into the city, but I can't stay out here all day. I mean, I could. And then it's, do I play NTE or do I go play basketball? Now, one part of that is going to be, I already submitted my application for my gym membership. If that comes through today, then that means I'm going to hoop tomorrow during lunch, which means no basketball tonight because I'm old. I can't play 2 days in a row. I did that this week one time. Man, my legs hated me. So then that means this evening might be an NTE evening. I keep saying that, but like, I don't know. Maybe. But you're still loving that game? I haven't made it through like the base. I mean, I've made it through a lot of the content, but not a lot. Like, I'm still very early on in that game. I don't think this is going to be a fair comparison for Yadoichi, by the way. I genuinely don't think it's going to be fair. Should I put the Kenpachi stamps on Yadoichi? NBA 2K. No, I play Madden when I'm trying to chill. It's when I'm trying to chill. Like, it's not NBA 2K when it's like I need to turn my brain off to video games, which sounds stupid. When I'm turning my brain off to video games, like the City of Heroes, to the 7 Deadly Sins, to the Bleach, where I'm like, with Bleach and 7 Deadly Sins, it's not just, oh, I'm playing and having a good time. I'm sitting there constantly taking notes, trying to figure out, like, tricks and tips and all the other stuff, so it's still demanding on my brain. When I plop in Madden, nah, bruh. I'm going in motion. Okay, they're in cover 2 zone. Okay, let's just go ahead and plop it right over there. Let's go ahead and plop it in that little gap to the left on that out route. You know what I'm saying? So, City of Heroes is still that. You know what? And literally, so I don't forget, I'm going to run this right now, and then I'm going to end this stream and download City of Heroes. Especially since my internet seems to be getting worse. How? I think it might be the phone link plus Wi-Fi thing is the issue. Plus, like, streaming. Like, all that stuff together, I think, is, like, the problem. And so, I'll do my MS config. I've already, like, stopped a lot of the services, to be honest with you. And at this point, it's one of those, I don't want Microsoft Office running, but then it's like, yeah, but you kind of need it for Windows. What? Why'd y'all do that? I can't wait to turn you into a Linux machine. The problem with it right now is that, actually, the only problem I have with turning my computer into a Linux machine now is that I need to back up the data, which I got a 5 terabyte, whatever. I don't have that much data on here because I don't keep my pictures and stuff on here anyway. It would literally just be moving the hoarding folders that I do, like moving the downloads folder and having to clean that out later, the documents folder, all that other stuff. And then changing this Windows machine to a Linux machine. I'll do that. I'll wait on that and do that when I have the definitive I'm gonna buy a new computer. But why not have everything be Linux and get the hell away from Windows with all these BS processes running in the background that are just eating up RAM? All right, anyway, so it looks like we are finished. Ooh. This doesn't feel fair. This does not feel fair at all. Yaruichi had, this ain't fair. This is not even a little bit fair. Yaruichi, if I'm running, let me put it this way. Make sure I say this clearly. So for Yaruichi, she has 44.12 million on those set stamps that were at level 25, mind you, versus base Grimmjow. If base Grimmjow is running with the Grimmjow stamps, he's doing 63.8 million in 83 seconds. That was his quote unquote peak. Alignment damage, about the same, so we're not going to really call it like that. DC Legends needs to hurry up and come back. It does, but it never will because they don't want us to be happy. They want to keep giving us. Oh, that was such a fun game. I miss it so much. Anyway, it was so good. Anyway, red alerts. Okay. When base Grimmjow is in ready to go stamps, he's doing 84 million. You see where I feel like it's not fair, right? You see where I feel like it's not fair? If she has level 25 stamps, she has level 25 her stamps. Those are her stamps that she has. I'm tempted to run her in Kenpachi stamps. I'm tempted to strip those stamps off of her. Which is, when I say tempted, that's what I'm about to do. And then call it a stream. I'm going to take those stamps off of Grimmjow, Pantera. Put them on Yaruichi. And then see what it looks like. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. And then I'll call it a stream. But yeah, that's what I'm finna do. is that like that's just not the diff. It's a big difference, but yeah, it's not fair. The other two got the comparison, so I could say Grimmjow base with those stamps did 84, whereas Pantera did 138. But then I'm giving her the stamps and then comparing that. It's not right. It is not right. I can't let that ride. So I'm gonna give the Kenny stamps, which it seems also. Maybe I'll do a completely separate video on this. Where's ready to go? There they are. These stamps will forever be on Pantera, but it seems as though maybe Smart Money is on only using Kenpachi stamps on damage dealers because of that added crit damage. Let me see, we're here. That's Pantera, right? Make sure I can see the screen correctly. Yep, confirm. And then we go ahead and do the last ones, this ones. And then we're gonna go back to, like, I'm not even, I'll put down the 44 million or whatever, but I'm not even like, this is like a huge asterisk because it doesn't work. These are the ready to go stamps that everybody performs well with. Let's go back. See where that looks much better. Stats 49. Yeah. All right, and then we go to the training. We run this and see what the business is. Bet. Start. She's gonna perform better. She's going to. Damn it, SR plus. That gummit SR plus. Oh. Sorry, didn't push the 120. Oh, plus my phone is about to die, and I have a missed call. Okay. Oh, that was about another job. Oh, gotta call. Okay, I gotta call these people back too. We shall see. There's 4 people I need to reply. Why am I telling y'all? Y'all don't care. I'm sorry. Let me write it down now before I forget. And then all right, those are places I need to call as soon as I get off here. But it's gonna be lunchtime, so I'm gonna spaghetti carbonara? Is that what I'm cooking today? I have these phases of where I want to like make carbonara 3-4 times a week, and it's like maybe not, maybe don't eat eggs and bacon on pasta 3 to 4 days a week if you want to keep yourself in shape. It's good to have for lunch, and it's a nice little treat, but maybe I shouldn't turn that into a daily meal. Okay. I'm really curious now. It might be that I will strip these off of Yadoichi, and then from this point forward, this might prove, email me a plate. I'm telling you, once the homie Timmy, shout out Timmy, who will never see this clip, once the homie Timmy taught me that his recipe to it, and quiet as it's kept, I shouldn't even put this out there, right? This is not an Italian dish, but Timmy is a really good cook, and he came up with this. I'm sure other people have done it. I shouldn't even put this out there like this, not for real. To my Italian brothers and sisters, I know this is not Italian, and I know it might hurt you when I say what I'm about to say, okay? All right? It tastes good, but this is not carbonara, all right? This is just, it's like when I learned how to make jambalaya. I take aspects of making jambalaya and I mix it into other things to make other dishes. And they're not jambalaya, but I use the same principles. Okay? The homie Timmy was like, yo, instead of using bacon for carbonara, use chorizo. And having that spicy sausage in place of the bacon. Dog. When I tell you, dog, when I tell you that was good, I made a plate of that instead of you. Of course, it wasn't spaghetti or whatever. It was really just like I had penne. I did the carbonara egg thing, you know, what you're supposed to do with that. And then I put the chorizo on a pan and then like simmered it a little bit to get it nice and a little bit of char on it. And then put that in the bowl, mix that with the pasta, and put in the carbonara. Bro, which maybe I need to make that. Maybe I'll make that like this evening as like a. Sometimes I only have one meal, so I have my lunch like at 3 or 4, and then that's it, and just have like snack throughout the day. Maybe that's what that needs to be. Maybe that needs to be. I'm sitting down watching Fire Force. I'm not moving from this couch for the rest of the day. Sit down at 5, eat that meal, and then just be done with it. As a matter of fact, the more I talk about it, what I did Saturday when I wasn't streaming is I took Fire Force and I downloaded it on my tablet because on Crunchyroll you can download it, so I could go on my terrace and sit out on my like hammock and watch Fire Force outside chilling, not in the sun, in the shade, but still like outside, and watching Fire Force on the tablet with my headphones. Doing that on a stomach full of pasta. That might be what heaven looks like. That might be. I might get up to heaven and be like, I've done this. I've done this. No, I'm cool with it. We finna do this for eternity. But I've done this before. All right. What's the numbers gonna be? What's the numbers gonna be? We're 16 seconds from figuring it out. I will say this though. Oh no, the damage hops up. The damage hops up. So 9 seconds for figuring out. All right, so let me see. Let me end this real fast. And then we can come back with the proper numbers. And if this is the case, then I'm going to have to make a video on Bleach tomorrow. And it might be that I don't even stream it. Because I think streaming plus phone link is what's causing all these delays and stuff. So it might be that I don't even stream it. Ooh. I haven't looked yet. I haven't looked yet. What's the number say? Yo. Yadarichi on the ready to go stamps. 80.05 million in damage over the course of being on the field for 74 seconds. Base Pantera on the field for 85 seconds with the ready to go stamps was 84 million. More or less, like, one, she damn near doubled her output. Granted, the other ones were only level 25. You know, that's also facts. But two, on this team, base Grimmjow outperformed her, but I would say to a negligible degree. 4 million could be made up in like a couple crit rate, a couple crits hitting, not hitting, or whatever. So that's negligible. So, but I would say that no other way. I would go Pantera over base Grim over Yadoichi. That's how I would go. That's what the numbers are showing because he does out damage her. But on top of that, I'm trying to think of any other things that I missed in her kit. But all of them, now I have numbers with all of them using the same set stamps, and it went Pantera first place, base Grimmjow second, Yadoichi third. 80.05 million in damage over the course of being on the field for 74 seconds. Base Pantera on the field for 85 seconds with the ready to go stamps was 84 million. More or less, like, one, she damn near doubled her output. Granted, the other ones were only level 25. So that's negligible. So, but I would say that to a negligible degree. So on this team, base Grimmjow outperformed her, but I would say to a negligible degree. So that's negligible. So, but I would say that So that's what it's looking like. To be fair, though, to your Yadoichi point, though, she is on the field for 11 seconds less time. Oh no, Pantera's first. Yeah, that wasn't even a question to me. Pantera's first, and it ain't close. Good question. Does she have dupes? I do not. I think she has a. I think she has a couple actually. Stop it. Leave. I think she has. I think she's. Maybe I'm off. I thought she was B2. We will find that out right now. Yeah, she's B2. So the B2 Yadoichi and the B2 Grimmjow, base Grimmjow, are neck and neck. I'm going to say that's a wash. They're at the same level. And neither one of them touches B0 Grimmjow Pantera. Okay. Okay. That's okay, though. It's impressive base Grimmjow can keep up with B2 Yadoichi. Then, yeah, that is impressive. I mean, but that goes to the whole thing I was saying before about investing too much in damage dealers doesn't make sense because they're going to get power crept like a SOB. Like, they're going to get power crept. So putting all that investment, and I didn't invest in Yadoichi. This just happened because she's a part of the regular stamp. So it wasn't like I was wasting resources. But, like, putting all that effort into full assault, maybe not so much. If 6 months later they can be kept up with by an SR plus. Right? Okay, cool. That was fun, guys. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow or not. There's a good chance, but let's see. I'm not gonna make that promise. Check it out in the Discord. I'll let you know there. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you.